Hello, Craig. Hello, GameBot. Last time on Well Dressed Bones, we were in the town of Cedar Falls, more specifically in the ruins of an ancient facility, an ancient, uh, an ancient place. I guess you could say a lab slash throne room for for the ancients that were worshippers of the faceless ones, and um, and it seems like this lab has been taken over and utilized not just by Jonas, but also people from Jonas's circle, most specifically the Abomination and potentially the Librarian or Seeker. Um, Fish is somewhere here getting tortured, maybe cut apart by the abomination, having attempted to escape and unfortunately being brought down and recaptured. While on the other end of the facility, the party managed to find another entrance and infiltrate in the hope of rescuing them, accompanied by Oscar and Henry, who did stay behind near the entrance as they were thought to not be strong enough or to be too adversely affected by crossing a former throne room of a faceless one that had been so corroded by the unreality of the presence of a faceless one that it caused harm to everyone that went through it. This resulted in when Cal and May across this stone room. A lot of damage done to May. Her health and maximum health are quite a bit lower, and Cal losing some of her abilities through like mental decay, essentially. Her dexterity and charisma both being one lower as she continues. And as they, two of them, wind their way deeper into the facility, hoping to find and rescue Fish before it's too late, we had Jonas appear to Henry and Oscar waiting behind at this secret entrance. Now I will remind everyone. Because though I did say it at last session, it is important to remember we will be jumping between a couple of scenes, and these scenes are not necessarily happening in uh, chronology. There may be some of these scenes have happened before and afterwards. There's a little bit of time stretchiness happening here that may mean things happen much earlier, much later than you expect them to happen, and so with that, we are going to open with Fish being rebound to the surgical table and a amulet placed over their head that you can feel kind of locks your powers down so that you no longer have this ability to blink out.
That's cheating.
As the abomination looks on these large Frankensteinian flesh golems wrestling you into the table and strapping you back in, they step aside, and you hear a little bit of a commotion outside the room. Some rapid speech. Off to the left, but you can't really focus on that because the abomination is sliding forward again. The little rasping of, you assume, hands under the cloak walking him forward, as it leans over you and says, "Thank you for showing me your abilities."
I've got plenty more.
Tell me. It is
you don't
always-
want to. You don't want to see.
It is always good to know the powers of the meat I use.
I explored when you pierced my skin.
The abomination. The abomination does not like turn its head to look, but you can see it focus on like your dripping face from like a big piece that got carved out before you escaped, and goes, "Interesting. I imagine there are some other factors to activate that."
Yes, you bet. I also have to be like wanting to do it, and I was going easy on you before.
Well, little too late now. Thank you again. You shall make a fine subject. Pieces of a god.
I'm gonna make this the most botched project you've ever done.
I think not. Do you not enjoy the artistry?
No.
I will use you to make my new masterpiece, as my old one was taken from me. And a hand comes out of the cloak and gestures to the side. You can see the hand is almost like biological syringes, like they're long needles with like a pustule on each knuckle, as it gestures forward, and two flesh golems walk towards you, and they're carrying what looks to be like a jar, and they're holding it either like it's very heavy or like it's about to explode.
Okay, I'd like to have a. How well can I save this jar?
Decently well, because he's like trying to show it to you.
Okay.
First, I need you to give me a Constitution or Charisma check.
Four
Was that Constitution or Charisma?
on Constitution.
Okay. So with a failure on that, you lose. Oh, not bad. You lose 1 health and 1 maximum health. As a jar is brought forward to you, containing what looks like pieces of a hand, and the sight of them makes you feel sick. Something beyond your normal senses buzzing and hurting you. It looks human, but it's subtly wrong. You realize it doesn't have fingernails, the fingers just ending in blunt stubs, and they don't seem to be cut or torn, they just end where the palm should be. Something deeply wrong with these pieces. You can see a few more creatures in the background with other jars.
What is that?
I will merge your flesh with those from the other world. You will be my new grotesquerie.
You don't mean that that's like, oh, that's so gross. Why would he even let you do that? So what? You're trying to make new faceless ones?
I am trying to make perfection immortality. I came so close, and it was taken from me. But I have learned new lessons, and you will be part of them.
Yep. Just having a thought that they don't fully express in words about how, like, well, I'm full of mistakes and learning lessons from them, so yes.
Might as well be evil mistakes as well as just, good intention mistakes. Might as well just cross that line.
You're gonna fail, and you're going to fail because you suck. And fuck you, and I hate you.
It kind of like tilts its head at you, like it's confused why you don't want to be a part of this, and then is distracted as you see one of its followers pushes its way into the room. You actually recognize this woman as like a head of research. You kind of pushed past when pretending to be an employee getting downstairs. Although now you can see that now that she's out of her lab coat, one of her arms is misshapen, has a long claw, like a dew claw coming out of the elbow, and like an eye in the forearm, rolling around and looking at you, clearly experimented on, as she walks forward and first it walks forward and kneels before going into like a full kowtow, face pressed against the ground in front of the abomination. What? Our spies in the American sanctuary said that they have been approached by the Canadians. The location has been compromised. We believe they may send forces against us.
What do the spies look like?
You see
Roll
that
persuasion.
Yeah, I mean, go for it. You do see that, like, she is very clearly speaking
Nat
Chinese.
fucking 20. Give me something. Hold on. 24. Tell me.
You can very clearly see that the two of them are speaking Chinese, but the abomination still has this amulet that is translating and is like close enough to pick you up in it. So you go, what do they look like? And she like realizes that you're talking to her and is like distracted for a minute, like comes out of the big bow and is like staring at you, and then goes, Master, this is the new experiment that we caught? Yes. How dare you interrupt us? And like immediately, you don't get like information, you immediately distract them from like the emergency that she came in to warn them about.
Oh, cool.
They do get back to it eventually, but you are like,
Oh no,
you're like,
no, you don't need to. We don't need to worry about that.
I bought myself like 5 extra minutes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm the new experiment. You want to come check me out? I'm sure the boss will allow it.
Let's see. Actually, let's see how in good standing this woman is with the abomination. Not very. She gets out of the bow to like take a closer look at you. The abomination whips out a hand and like crushes her throat and then leaves her like gasping on the ground. As it turns back to you, and you see the flesh golems like kind of run in from the background and drag her away, and then start like putting together her throat again and healing her so she can speak. and she does not move out of the bow again when she is conscious enough to be able to finish the report that they are under attack. With your distraction, the abomination is very clearly like torn between, okay, well, I guess we got to get out of here, and like, but my project.
Fish goes in for the taunt. If you treat all of your your subjects and your materials that badly, no wonder you're such a fucker.
Subjects and materials. You speak about them as if they were different.
You're deflecting the point that I'm making.
He's just like confused. It does genuinely seem like maybe a I'm the only real person, everyone else is an NPC kind of thing, about being like, why don't they want to be taken apart to be part of my experiments? Like, the idea that somebody wouldn't be into it has like never occurred to this creature, and you are once again realizing like, oh, I'm thinking about this as like a human being, just a fucked up human being, and it's like, no, the whatever bits of humanity there were carved out centuries ago.
Yeah.
Just, I'm the only person that matters. I'm the only one that's important. Other people exist to serve my interests. And as you get into that little argument, eventually the abomination turns to this woman now recovered enough to say, "Begin packing and pull back from the town. I must finish this before we leave." Yes, Master, of course. Begin the evacuation.
And Fish is tied down, so they can't be doing this, but they've got their hands behind their heads, and they're like, you can't read.
Fish just goes goes for it, and just gets to like the shrug before the arm stop, and goes, "Oh."
you can't reach perfection on a time limit, like, when you can't do it.
Give me another persuasion check.
Less good.
Everything's less good than a nat 20.
Yeah.
What was that? 6?
6.
Okay. With a 6, the abomination kind of, you think maybe it might be a shrug, but you don't know how a creature that may not have shoulders shrugs. It goes, it essentially says, "I will have to move the pieces and assemble you elsewhere." And
Fish
then,
has a moment of like, yeah, it's pretty good.
And then as you see a lot of like starting chaos in the background, as a lot of the Bayou Chu people are running around, grabbing important things and like packing to flee. There is this little area of calm as the abomination sits over you, is handed a large bone saw by one of its flesh golems, and this little moment of calm as it begins to start to work on you. And as you turn and try and look at anything other than the tools that will be used on you, your eyes catch once again on this jar, floating piece of hand of a faceless one, or a faceless one experiment.
I would like to say, I don't think that Fish knows what the grotesquerie is, because they're not.
But you're like, this is a weird, fucked up thing, and I don't want to be part of it.
Precisely. So they've really heard that, like, oh, that's a name that has a capital G, and that means something very bad. I don't want to be whatever that is, but it looks like this is going to be the fate. And they're gonna have a scream of horror about it.
All right. I think there is a little part of you that sees this and kind of like in a everything is insane, this like one moment of like normalcy that feels even crazier because it's inappropriate. You go, the grotesquerie. I bet Cal or May would know what that is.
Yeah, yeah.
And then realizing you're never going to see them again.
Yeah.
As you scream and begin to be operated on. We will shift over to our party. Our Cal and May working your way through these ruins. You have, now that you've passed through the throne room, you are once again in a part of the ruins that have clearly been studied. You every once in a while run into like a like gas lamp that has been set up to add a little more light to a carving. You know, broken graphite to the ground of somebody who's taking rubbings, you know, empty cases of equipment. Clearly a place that has not necessarily been used or studied recently, but has been traversed before as you are working your way through these ruins. And you still see this kind of additional layer, this like net of reality magic in a way that is anchoring and keeping the ruins from having been, you know, struck apart by the presence of a faceless one. Hun, it looked like you said something, but you are muted. As you head through this sort of central hallway, you hear a little whimper, and Kekino says, I don't feel very good.
Cal stops and says, what's wrong? What, magically or physically or?
It kind of, something hurts, but I don't know if it's in me or if it's in my dad.
Cal makes a very, like, pained look at May and says, well, I will check you over for any injuries or boo-boos while we're walking, and
okay.
if it's your father's, then we'll just walk faster.
Kekino like climbs up into your arms.
Cal like does the like flipper check, but does not think that Kekino like stepped on a nail or got a splinter or anything.
Give me a medicine check.
Okay. I get a 1. It's like, he does definitely have a splinter. You're stupid. Obviously, fish is fine. Just double checking that's not one like a modified. Okay, yeah, it's a 12.
Okay. With a 12, you look over Kekino very quickly. You're not expecting anything more normal, and you are right. You don't easily find anything that is a cause for concern among him, on him physically. And as you are examining him, you can see it, but you can see it, but more you feel it magically as Kekino like fuzzes for a moment and then becomes solid again, as if something is wrong with him magically.
Cal just like tucks Kekino like under her arm and gives him a kiss, and she's just like, "Yep, you're fine, bud. No injuries. May,
Okay.
let's keep our ears open."
Okay, good.
In a voice that's like ideally like too low for Kekino to hear, except of course Cal's arms. May leans over and says, "Surely they're fine. I mean, they're journalists for it. Surely they must be fine. They're probably just frightened. We know how they like to get when they're frightened. We'll keep going."
I'm sure they're fine as well. Obviously, that's the most likely outcome, and there are things magically wrong in this temple, and this
Yes.
signal might be getting fried or something like that. Yeah,
Yes.
it's fine.
Exactly.
We just have to keep our chins up and keep going.
Yes. Exactly.
And we're gonna feel very stupid for feeling worried at all.
You're
when
right,
we
and
see
they
them.
will love that we were worried. They'll do the
They'll
whole
rub it
thing.
in our
It'll be
face.
fine.
Yes.
They're probably better, actually. They've probably been healed up. They're probably lounging with a cocktail.
Cal
I think they're fine.
laughed and was like, they're probably at a spa. Maybe they're falling asleep, and that's why the Kekino connection is fuzzy. Yes.
Exactly. So what's the environment that we're in now, Patrick? What are the vibes?
You've been moving between. You've been moving from a potential entrance, and when you were going through the other way, when you were going through that area that clearly Bayuchu has like been very set up on and has been very using, things were pretty like battered. A lot of the carvings were broken or fallen off the walls or of things like that. And clearly that like area had like maybe been exposed to the environment for a lot longer. Like that cave naturally opened up. There was some seismic activity, something like that. The area you're going through now is far more pristine. You are every once in a while, seeing like a bare patch of stone as like something has shifted and a large like mural has collapsed or something like that. But for the most part, things are like very intact. They still seem to be like functioning for the most part. And I think you are like, if this was not an emergency, this would be the greatest discovery of my career.
Yeah,
And,
Meg's feeling for like staring at them as quickly as she can while she's walking past, pointing with Cat.
As you were trying to point Cat in every direction, you come across a patch of stone that is just raw stone. There's a large like crack, the mountain shifted slightly, and you see growing on that bare patch of stone mushrooms that look familiar to you.
Shall I roll to see how they look familiar to me?
They look familiar to you because you walked past a large growing facility that looks
mushrooms.
almost identical, but not quite to what you saw upstairs. This is clearly the source of what they are working with, and I think because you recognize that, you can both kind of like hold your breath and tell Kekino to hold his breath as you walk past it.
I imagine. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is there any way that May could safely harvest in case, like, we need to, I don't know, throw them into a room for a distraction or something? I don't know, like, some way we could maybe use them later? I'm just looking through my,
That's an interesting question.
bits.
I will say, if you give me a nature or survival check, you would know that. We're going to say the DC is, let's say 14 as a potentially very dangerous object.
I also imagine that the recording from Cat is like when like YouTubers are streaming, especially in some really public place like Disneyland. Anytime it pans to Cal, she's just like
I
Mae's
also
like, the discovery of a lifetime! And Kel's like,
Look,
Thank
I
you,
can be
Kelly.
slowing down. I can be slowing down. I'm not slowing down.
I
This
think
is
it's
the best outcome.
I think it's also a little bit like very early GoPro days before people learned you have to like keep your head still. So it's kind of like just like rapidly going back and forth.
Yeah.
And May's gonna have to. I mean, he's gonna have to go through the recording and just be like frame by frame to be able to play.
Patrick, your audio's going
Ooh,
out.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, that was
Sound effects.
nasty.
It's really like muted and scratchy.
Me, my voice.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's better.
Damn.
You were getting so excited. It's understandable. By the way, Patrick, that was an 18. I
Okay.
never use nature, but it's pretty good.
Hold on, let
then
me say
eight-
my joke, please.
Yes.
Cal is the kind of person to, when she's having a bad time at Disneyland, to go, the happiest place on earth.
Yeah.
As an aside, I found out Jeanette McCurdy has an Instagram account where she posts people looking upset at Disney parks.
Jesus.
The captions it like, sadness even happens in the happiest place on earth.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, she's great.
I feel such a kinship with her.
She had a new, very big interview that Mooney watched all of. That was very good. With a 18, you think that if you pull out your water bottle and kind of wet a rag, you can throw it over and contain the spores that way. Put it in your bag. You will definitely have to be either wearing a respirator or just accept getting high when you clean out that bag later. But you do think that you can get a couple samples and either hold on to that until you can find something more permanent, a jar or something to contain it in, or if you throw it into a room so that it bursts with spores, you're not sure with an 18 how much the spores will spread, how much these enemies have protection against it because they've been working with it and what have you. But you do think theoretically you could kind of use it as a weapon in that way.
Sure, why
This
not?
is the beginning of The Last of Us.
Why not? Maybe we can Spike Jones's coffee or something. I mean, whatever. At the very least, I'll write a paper on it later, and that'll make. It's a win-win.
Yeah, you pause for a moment to get that. Afterwards, you very carefully kind of shake yourself off and pat off your sleeves to get as much of the spores off as possible. And as you look forward, you see kind of more and more patches of it growing through up ahead, and there's actually a couple of places as you kind of look farther down the hall where it looks like there was a very small crack in the masonry or something, and the mushroom has grown through and has pushed the murals and the writings and broken it out of the way, less like a mushroom and more like a tree branch actually destroying this area as it continues to grow.
Do we get the sense that the mushroom is somewhat adjacent to the black crystals, in that it's a really fucked up thing that's directly correlated to the ancient ones and stuff? Is this just it happens to be, or is it directly because of the being here?
I don't think you have enough information yet to
Okay.
know that, but if you do an Arcana check with a high enough DC, you can maybe make some assumptions.
Yeah, sure. That's a 5.
You have
That's a
no idea.
question for later. Yeah, that's a later.
Yeah, that's a
not
question for later.
Sniffing spores and connecting with the universe.
Mm-hmm. As you have been traveling into the ruins, things have started to open up. You've gone through a couple of kind of larger chambers that may have been meeting halls or things like that, and doors have started to appear kind of to your left and right as new rooms open up. Some of them reminiscent of like the labs you saw in your ruin, or experimental places. But you two have been very like hyper focused on just going in the direction that you know Fish is, because you know that if you get into the warren of rooms, it's going to be way harder to navigate in the direction of Fish. But unfortunately, as you go along and turn a corner, you find a large crack in the floor has led to something of a tunnel collapse. And while you can see like a little bit of light through to the other side, it may be possible to dig through. You are unfortunately sort of being forced out of this main hallway and having to navigate these side passages.
Molder, how thick does this wall look?
You do mold earth, and things shift and move. A large like scree of rock comes down from the ceiling and kind of, but does not fully replace the stuff that you moved. You do think you can dig through. It would just take a while.
May turns to Cal and says, I don't suppose you can sense Fish anywhere close by? Give us a good direction.
Cal says, I doubt it, but I'll try, and, does a death sense looking for their bone bracelet.
You do not feel Fish within that range, and you probably take a look at Kekano, who shakes his head too. Kekano is looking not well. He's gotten like worse as you've been carrying him around.
Cal's like giving him little pats and like squeezing his cheeks and being like, "Can you dismiss yourselves to be with your grandfather?"
I don't think so. I've never tried, but I
Patrick, now you're cutting off.
Yeah.
No.
And he's out of here.
I was like, it's very unusual for him to be having tech problems when
Yeah.
I'm fine. So I think the headphones really are fucked. Because if it was Wi-Fi, I'd be out too.
I can't wait for us to have to figure out which of these rooms to go into.
I know, Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be like Kuzco and Parker trying to fucking navigate the. Is it the palace when they're doing it, or is it when they're? Can't remember.
In
So when
what?
they're trying to get back to the palace. Emperor's New Groove.
Oh yeah. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I went to a talk by the director once, and he was like, so we genuinely sat down and had a meeting, and we couldn't figure out how to get Kronk and
That's so
Yzma there
good.
first, but we needed them to for the drama thing, and they went, why don't we just point it out? We didn't
And
even
what-
say it, but
it
it
was
was
good.
perfect.
God, such a good film.
Another fun fact I learned in that has changed how I watch the movie is David Spade was supposed to record Kuzco genuinely apologizing to Pacha when they were like in the meadow, and he recorded it. He'd saying, but the director was like, it never sounded genuine. It never sounded actual. So what they did in the final edit is they chop it up so like he can't get the words out, and that's how
Nice.
it plays out.
I
I gotta
kind of
get
like that.
cable.
Well, now it's been a while, but now I'm gonna make this joke for the first time in ages. I'm the DM now.
Got the ink cast.
If you could just like tell us where Fish is.
Yeah, they're in a room.
Yeah. Cool.
This is a very shitty escape room. I do love May and Cal reassuring, going from like, haha, they're fine. They're always fine to Mal.
And
May and Cal like hands on each other. They're fine. They're fine.
And it's so
That's
funny.
loves them too much.
It's so
Can you hear me?
funny because
Yes.
Oh yeah, there he is.
I am back.
Uh,
My Discord entirely like shat itself and died.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Are you paying Craig enough money? Actually,
Yeah, I'm giving Crick a lot
wait.
of money.
Sorry. Is okay. No, I was like, wait, is Craig even gone? Yeah, no, he's there.
Alright, so rooms.
Hold on. Very funny that Isle, 10 minutes ago called to say, hey, something's wrong, I think.
Oh,
And then 5 minutes ago, Kekano goes, something's wrong, I think. And you're both going, I think everything's fine.
Mhm.
yeah, I thought when I was going in that it was genuine, but now there's been enough omens that they're like clutching each other and they're like, everything's okay. Nobody's crumbling, okay?
We're all good. We're all good.
Okay, so blockage in the passageway. What are our room options, Patrick?
Hold on 1 sec. I'm going to restart Craig just to make sure everything's okay.
3, 2.
Hey, Craig.
There
Glad
he
you
is.
enjoyed that little break. Hope you got a snack. Okay, yes. Blocked passageway. Oh, and yes, canonically, Isle did call. That was
Yes.
kind of a joke, but Isle did call.
Yeah. Cal would have reiterated that, and that was probably the first time she got uneasy before Kekno started feeling sick.
Yeah. Can May do a cartography check to see if she gets a sense for which room might go in the right direction?
Yeah, give me a cartography check.
27.
27.
She doesn't know
Okay.
what these mushrooms are, but she knows this place like the back of her head.
You're looking, and you know that fish, at least based on what Henry was saying, is essentially forward and to the right. But you look into the right-hand rooms, and you're seeing some smaller rooms that have been not undisturbed, but less disturbed. You realize on the left-hand side, there is more activity. There's more footprints. Oh, the paw's coming to me now. There's more footprints. There's more disturbances. There's more signs of Baiuchu having been there, and you realize that as part of the exploration, they would have decided they could have dug out this passageway, and they didn't because they probably decided it wasn't worth it. You think that even though Fish is in a sort of rightward direction, going left and following where Baiuchu have clearly been more will create a looping path that takes you back to the main hallway. So it is a choice. You don't know for sure that the right-hand passageways won't lead to Fish, potentially a little faster. You'd have to get very lucky because you would have to have... They would have to connect. They would have to connect in the direction that Fish is going, and they would eventually have to link up to sort of the larger structure in a way that you're not sure they will. Well, left-hand side, you can be like, as long as I look out for these signs, I can be very confident that I can get back to a place where I can orient myself and know I'm headed in the right direction.
Okay, May conveys that to Cal. And if there's no immediate objections, I guess, pushes us to go that way.
Just wants to keep going forward.
Yeah.
Okay. As you push in, you are immediately entering another experimental space, a lab, like the ones from your own ruin. And it kind of...
May leans over to Cal and is like, I certainly hope that we don't find another Jonas down here. That would be a bit of a
Jonas
down on the
dude.
party.
Cal puts
Jonas
her
2.0.
Cal puts her hands on her head and is like, I don't know, maybe they'll cancel each other out. Maybe this one is a really big fan of the Faceless Ones, and then they'll just start fighting, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore.
It was Jonas, 0.3 beta, and they're like,
Bonus,
this one
bonus!
is too nice.
Bonus!
It is like
Yeah, bonus, I like
the
that.
faceless ones will eventually defeat themselves, so we just need to chill out, relax, have margaritas.
Yeah.
This room that you're entering in looks very familiar.
Oh god.
in a way that is definitely reminding you of things associated with Jonas. And I won't make
Okay.
you roll for it. It takes just a moment to click. When you went into where Jonas was trapped, you were also in the room where he was created, where Jimmy Buffett, yes, bonus Jonas is Jimmy Buffett. You were also went through a room where Jonas was created by recovering people killed by the Faceless Ones and harvesting their hatred and anger and disgust at that happening.
Really
to
chill and normal. Yeah.
Yeah. And you are seeing a lot of the same setup. You're seeing a lot of what could be like autopsy tables of like a flat stone table that has like a depression in a human shape with kind of a drain on the side, and you come into a room where there is quite a lot of them, as well as like counter space and what may have at one point been like maybe some magical surgical equipment or something of that nature. As you come in through this room, and you can tell instantly huge Bayou Chu presence in here, and much more recent than anything you've run into before.
Okay. Does anything about the tests they're running look familiar beyond the Jonas Association? Like, does it link to what they were doing in the hospital or anything like that?
It reminds you of the things in the hospital because it does seem medical.
Okay.
I'd say if you gave me I think probably a medicine check or an arcana check with disadvantage, and they would give you different information. You would be able to try and like suss out what this is.
Both the disadvantage or just the arcana?
No, arcana would be with disadvantage because this is just like you're putting together a theory of magic for something you fundamentally don't understand in a way.
I'm gonna do arcana. Risk
Okay.
it for the biscuit. That's an 8.
With an 8, you see that this is a lab. This is a working space. The most like obvious modern example you can think of is like a mortuary or like an autopsy lab, something like that. And yet there is a dissonant note to that, which is that in one corner of the room there is clearly a religious shrine. There is a series of little like the remains of like little stone kneeling benches for someone to kneel in front of a large symbol of the Faceless Ones carved into the wall.
Cool.
It's possible this is like a torture chamber, or you know, something else like that. You can't really think. You can't really understand what this room would be used for, other than that it is something very medical having to do with, you assume, anatomy, and that the Bayou Chu has been very interested in it to spend a lot of time here.
Okay. Does Cal make anything of this?
Cal's just kind of puttering around, but I think not wanting to stay too long. I think she tries to check to make sure any like blood or anything like that isn't like fresh enough to be fishes.
Yeah, you can give me a investigation or medicine check.
Thank you.
Can May help at all by being like, look at that colliginous. What's that? She has a very good perception.
I'm good. I got high. I'll do investigation for just because it's not like she's gonna like taste the blood and be like, Suspicious. I think her medical knowledge just goes, is this blood dry?
Yeah.
So we'll do investigation. I'm blanking, Patrick, but when my ability allows me to add on top of what I already have, right? Because I see my investigation is written as +3, and then I wrote another +3, so I think that means I do it as a temporary +6, right? It's been a long time since I used an investigation roll.
You do not naturally have proficiency in investigation. Investigation is one of your potential proficiencies that, remember, you can use your necromantic object
Yeah,
to
that's what
switch.
okay, so I think
what
it's
it is.
+5. So we'll
So
say
yeah,
that
if you say you
24.
had your investigation thing set up, then yes, it's +6 instead of +3.
24.
Okay. With a 24, there is blood in here that has been sitting here for so long that the surface of the stone is smooth. Like, the blood, you can sense kind of blood particles in the stone that has been here so long that it is a ever so slightly darker patch on the tables. There is nothing here that is not just like it's not just that there's nothing here that is fresh. There is nothing here that is not truly ancient. Like, you are looking at like when you studied in the catacombs, you would occasionally, as part of your training, see like sites of murder, or sites where there were traces of bodies having been cared for before the bones were put in the ossuary, things that were from the 1600s, 1700s, even like 1400s, 1300s, and you got that training in how to recognize kind of old signs. This is not that. You finding trace elements of blood that dates back to like 300 AD in really deep and sheltered parts of the catacombs is still far more recent than this. This is original usage. This is the time of the ancients. This is what is originally used for.
It's old as balls.
Old as balls, exactly. And that's what Ekino says when you're like, what do you think? And he sniffs and he goes, this is old as balls. Yeah, there is nothing here in blood that is not truly ancient, but as you are looking around, there are traces of activity that are not ancient. There is very clearly space that has been cleared, cleaned, used, and packed up. There is, like, it's not just like, oh, you see like a handprint in the dust because someone investigating like leaned on this table as they were coming through. You see like a place that was wiped down, sterilized, used, and has like just now started to sort of accumulate dust again, much more recently. And that includes some like spilled chemicals. You can smell a little bit of like embalming fluid or something adjacent to it. This room was clearly used by Bayuchu, but nobody was like cut up or anything here as far as you know.
It was already cut up. They just used the space.
Yeah, Cal is like, fish was not. Nothing. There's no remnants of fish. And then goes, or other remnants. Trying to be mindful of my language.
Is that offensive, May? That would be offensive.
What I was going for, but that's very funny. And she's like, I think we can explore this maybe more at our leisure at a different time.
Yes, agreed. On to the next room.
As you were going through kind of tracking where these rooms have been very heavily used, and therefore May trying to figure out the route back to sort of the main activity. I think May is the one who would realize that, like, a lot of this stuff is on. You can hear like a little magical buzz of like things that are active and have magic flowing through them and could be activated, including in like little rooms that would take you off your path. And I think you feel an itch to explore, but not something that is going to distract you from following Cal and trying to find fish. And it is when you're thinking of this that you hear sort of a sound coming from, you think, behind you, but you couldn't be sure.
May like very calmly puts a fuck off!
Fucker!
Get fucked! Does May hear that fucking whistle, Patrick? Is that what she?
Yes, that is what May hears. You hear the whistle of the Barghest. You remember that the Barghest is the librarian's creature, and she probably still wants Henry's eyes because she didn't get to finish, and so may have sent out her people to hunt these ruins and look for you.
Well, May gave Henry the Sending Stone, so May is going to take out the Sending Stone and attempt to call Henry with it. Just to be like, hey, King, just keep it low, keep it chill. Like, if a weird big furry guy comes up to you, don't buy into it. Like,
yes, don't make deals with Jonas or furries.
He's not a
Come up
puppy.
and say, come to my convention, make a persona, and you say, no, thank you, devil.
It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. Okay, May calls Henry, and it's just kind of like, oh no, actually, May would first grab Cal and be like, also, I forgot that May's throat is shredded. She goes, Cal, did you hear that? Did you hear?
Hear what? Kekno, did you hear something?
I thought I heard something moving, so there might be like rats.
I hope it's rats. Did you hear rats, May? Did you hear a rat?
Please tell me you heard rats, May. Rats.
Was it the Luane rat?
May again the calm voice says, I'm quite certain I heard the Barghest.
Cal briefly drops her forehead onto May's shoulder and goes, I hope you're insane. I hope you're insane. I hope this room is driving you crazy.
Look, so do I. I'm just going to call Henry and Oscar and maybe let them know. Yes.
Okay, let's...
Ring, bitch.
Okay.
Hello?
As you ring, bitch, I think we will go into what is happening with Henry and Oscar and Jonas.
Oh, Christ. I'm going to take a piss. I can't handle this.
Oh, Lord, we're fucked.
As Jonas steps out of the throne room of the Faceless Ones, coming across Henry and Oscar, both huddled in kind of this protective circle that May created, having planned to retreat outside somewhere they were a little safer. Jonas steps around the corner and goes, oh, well, not the ones I was looking for, but very interesting. Hello, Henry. Oscar. Get out of here, puta. Leave. Henry, get out of here. Run. I'll slow him. Oh, I'm sure there's no need for that. Why don't we make a deal? I was warned, no deals. I wasn't asking you. Henry. I think that one of my subordinates is feeling a little troubled by the fact that you didn't finish translating. I was wondering if there was a way I could persuade you to finish what you started. No, we're gonna get out of here. Really? Well, perhaps then we'll have to use the stick. Oscar, won't you come here a moment? Henry, if you do not translate what we need translated, I will destroy your uncle utterly and totally. Not a piece remains. With a nat 20, Henry looks between Jonas and Oscar, sets his shoulders, and straightens up a little bit. Probably the first time Oscar has seen in 8 years Henry actually not slouching and standing up to his full height as he steps in front of Oscar slightly. No. You're not going to do that. Because if you do that, I am never going to translate what you want. You won't have any more leverage to force me. I can see you, Jonas, and I know you're lying. You really are more clever than your father. Maybe I will kill him instead, if you don't work for me. You're still lying, Jonas. I see it. You need me. You need me to actually do this for you. So, you're going to give me what I want, too. Interesting. Very interesting. Very well. Let's discuss terms. I want to control it. I don't want to suffer from this power. I want to control it. I want to control it. And I want us to be safe. Get out of here. And I want my dad to be freed. Little too dear of a price. You know, my subordinate is hunting you. Really wants those eyes of yours. She thinks that if she can't succeed, she's a failure. She'll be no use to me, be cast aside. Do you want to know something? She's right. So she is hunting you now with everything she has. I think perhaps your father and those friends of theirs may get caught in the middle if we don't make a deal soon. No, that is too dear a price. I'll give you control. I will allow Oscar to leave. And I will call off the attacks on your new friends. Maybe even lead them to where your father is being held. Do we have a deal? In exchange, I translate what you need, I finish. But not now. After. The others are safe. Oh, no. That is not nearly high enough payment. No, I think we need to work out an alternate arrangement. I know when you lie, Jonas. I know when you're trying to do something to infect me. I'll know. And that's what makes it so interesting. Little Henry, I'll be keeping my eye on you. Let's make a deal. And that is where we close out on that scene. May calling Henry. Jesus. May calling Henry. Yeah, where are you? Have you found Fish?
No, that's we're still finding our way there. I just need to warn you that there's potentially something on the way that is very, very dangerous. It'll look like a big wolf man. The moment you hear that, the moment you see it or hear a whistle, get out of there. It's one of Jonas's cronies, and he will make things difficult, to say the least.
Okay. Yeah, Wolfman, whistle. Okay. I got it.
Are you out of the temple yet, or are you safe?
Oscar left. I evacuated him. I'm heading towards Dad.
May puts her hand over the stone and turns to Cal and is kind of like, why is he doing that?
I guess it's nature, not nurture. They just have the same stupid needs.
Kekino is like...
The fact that he was getting sick was going to prevent this.
Kekino looks like he is like wasting away and is like, is my brother coming? Is that what you
That
said?
should not be. May turns back to the stone and is like, Henry, darling, I don't mean to come across checked. Coming to the temple was a somewhat strenuous endeavor. Why are you doing this? By yourself, no less.
How did Oscar allow this?
Yes.
It's not a problem anymore. I've got it handled.
How? Where? When?
Jonas.
Fucking listen.
Loses her shit. She's like, they're the same. They're the fucking same. Why are they the same? I warned Oscar so many times.
No, listen. I made a deal. I can help. I can save him.
May takes her hand off this, and says, "When you say a deal, what was the deal? Jonas deals in particulars and loopholes. What was the deal?"
He got something of mine, and I got control over my power and my abilities, and I can be here without being sick, and I can lead you to fish. You just have to tell me where you are so I can meet up with you. I can take care of myself now, I think.
Right, just a moment. Hand over the stone again. Before May says anything to Cal, I think it's fair to say a moment of
You're cutting out.
Genuine-
I'm sorry.
May puts her hand over the stone, and I think for the first time post Remnant has a moment of very real clarity as to what it's been like for Cal when hearing someone has made a deal. Has a real moment of like, I can't think about this right now, but I will.
Wow, I understand why she's been yelling at me so much lately.
And then the Remnant like comes back in. It's the children that are wrong.
Yeah. It's like that meme that is like, what is it? The like, a child. No.
And then May
Only
says
thing
to
worse than
Cal,
a predator, a child.
Child.
No.
May turns to Cal and says, "Look, I don't like this just as much as you, but I think fish will kill us to know that their son is wandering around by themselves.
They shouldn't be
in this
alone.
place."
I agree.
Yes.
If we can find a teleporter that sends them back to the surface, we'll use that. I agree.
Yes.
What is wrong with all of you people?
May doesn't respond to that. Hand back to the stone. Right. Well, gives him directions and then says, I cannot stress this enough to you, Henry. You need to be very careful. And once you get back to us, whatever we tell you to do, you need to do. Do you understand?
Give me a persuasion check or
Help
intimidation.
action, if I can.
Trying to think which ones. I think mine are both the same.
I think Kakano could help with the persuasion.
No, persuasion is
help
much
action.
He just goes, please,
Please.
boy.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Please, I'm dying.
Is that a yes to a help action, Patrick?
yeah, no, you can get a help action.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is help advantage or just an added bonus? It's the
Advantage.
period of time.
Oh,
Advantage,
let
thank
me
you.
give you a guidance. I can do that at least.
Yeah. There's a +4 or +6.
Plus
D4 or D6.
D4.
Yeah. Get that up. Okay. Not awful.
I love that we're like, this is a very important role.
Same for both.
Yeah.
So that goes up to a 17 and then a dirty 21.
Okay. With a dirty 21, there is a pause. And a pause, and you're like, Henry, and he goes, sorry, I thought I heard something. Yes, I'll listen. You saved me, and Caligulus saved me, and you're the experts, and I'll listen.
It's like, I trust this.
Cal feels very weird about someone that she just met being on an immediate first name basis with her, but does not know how to unpack that right now.
That's a really bad insight. That's a 5. May's like, he knows I'm a boss. He
Yeah,
appreciates
May's like, I should be a school teacher. Children
Yeah.
just obey me.
I feel like with affinity.
First Adrian, and now.
Yeah. Oh my god. What does that 5 actually get me? Basically that.
Yeah, probably.
No,
You're like, I should be a mentor.
I should be a
want kids.
mentor.
I don't think
No,
I
this is
want
what May
kids. I
says.
think I should be
She
a
goes,
teacher.
wait, Colliginous has a child. She is a ward. And Fish has a child. Where's my child?
Where's mine?
I should go find a child.
You know, it's like flashing back to Sinner, and you're like, I should go to like the most fucked up, rough and tumble part of town and find a young sorcerer on the bad side of the tracks with a fucked up face and take him under my wing.
I have a questionable, quote-unquote, platonic relation with them as they age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be
Yeah,
really
should use them as
great
bait.
on Tumblr.
She says there's a lot of appeal about this in the sorcerer
Yeah.
community. Just having a ward. Just
Hmm.
someone to call my own, a child.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
the
what
child
her vibe
servant.
gets her. I have kids, but adopted.
Yeah. Yeah, so May gives the directions, and it's just like,
It's like,
well, I
run.
think we should wait. Yeah.
Don't be stupid, but run.
quiet.
Get here fast.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to give him
God.
a stealth check as he is trying to get here
Do we
fast.
still have a pass without trace on for me, or is that out?
I believe we can do. I think technically it would have run out. I can give you one more roll with Pass Without Trace for you and May,
For us? Or for
Oh,
Henry?
and for Henry too. Let's see.
Shall we do it then?
Okay.
Let him be nice.
Yeah.
He'll forget
doesn't
to
come
out.
let him. Oh my god, and I get advantage. I love that infusion. It doesn't matter. It wasn't that great anyway. 24.
31 for me.
Okay.
Even with my -1 to myself. Or, I mean, now myself was a 4 instead of a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Henry's pounding the fucking pavement.
As you're talking to Henry, you're naturally moving slower as you're trying to okay, I heard a weird sound. I think the Barghest is here. I'm on the phone with Henry, and I'm trying not to like run into a patrol or anything. I think you kind of naturally slow down as you're like talking him through this.
Yeah.
You also want him to catch up. You hear voices coming down the it sounds like maybe a room or even 2 or 3 rooms in front of you, and you instantly realize someone else is coming towards you and you're going to need to be stealthy. And so 2 of you, using the last of your Pass Without Trace, or step into the shadows, and there's a little side room off a connecting hallway that you slip into. There's a machine in here that is kind of humming, but there's no other way through here, so you hope they'll pass you by. As you hear the voice becoming a little more distinct, I don't know why we need to be looking for this kid. I mean, caught him once. No. We are paid, we do it. As you hear Kafan and Tesseract walking towards you. And I think you realize that you can hear their voices, but not their footsteps. As if the moment they stop talking, they will be silent. They'll be stealth.
Cal goes, "What do you think of the Tsar? What is your opinions on the Russian regime and the assassination of the royal family?"
Patrick, I just want to remind you. Patrick, just gonna remind you that May gave Henry and Oscar distraction stones, just in case you've forgotten.
No, I do remember. I assume Oscar is holding on to like 1 as he waits outside, and Henry's got the rest. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Tesseract's perception is lower than I thought it was. So.
Good.
That damn mask.
Good.
Yeah. No, you don't get those peripherals.
No.
He's looking for cats. He's looking for a meow.
Mm-hmm. as you slip into this room, you know, probably a part of May is like, "What is this thing? Not important."
Yeah.
as you hear them step through, as you slip into the shadows and hide for a moment, you hear a soft footfall and you see Kafan walk past, looking around, kind of like looking into rooms and hallways as he goes past. You hold your breath as Tesseract suddenly appears around your doorway, looks into the room you're in, pauses, and then steps away and continues on.
What did they roll for perception?
Tesseract got a total of 14, I believe.
Ooh. Cool.
As you see down the hall
Get
just a little
fucked,
bit,
get fucked.
a large shadow move, and Tesseract and Kafan are instantly wary as the Barghest steps out of its own shadow in front.
Ooh.
Well, anything? No. I can taste necromancer.
Yeah, the necromancers. We know you guys.
Yeah, the
this is
necromancer.
necromancer. I don't know if I should roll this. I just am like, Cal just wants to see if this is original flavor Barghast or like a tinnitus Barghast.
Absolutely do a perception check.
She's pretty sure that motherfucker is super duper dead, but she also didn't think the Barghast was still fucking around.
The Vargas is like, there's one necromancer in particular who I hate and want to kill.
Damn it. You said that was perception?
Yeah.
Well, that's bad. It was a 9.
It's a wolf, all right. Big guy.
Wow, bark, bark.
The last time I saw Tinnitus, he was looking very wolfy.
Mm-hmm. As the Barghest appears, you look at him and see more of the like shape than details, and for a moment you're brought back to the realm of death, seeing a half-transformed Tinnitus come at you, Elise smiting him a stone charged with radiant energy, passing through his chest cavity and burning its way through him.
Cal's watching Shrek in her mind and going, yeah, that was awesome.
You think about the scream, look of pain on his face, and you hope that he is gone forever.
Ooh.
As you look up at this Barghest and see, if this is Tinnitus, there is no part of his human essence left for you to tell, but you think it probably isn't. And as you think that, because the Barghest has much higher perception, one necromancer in particular.
Nate slowly slides her hand down to a distraction stone.
You see that Kafan just kind of tilts his head. Tesseract looks wary and kind of like reaches a hand out to the side, like he's ready to act, and is very anxious, but is also looking around a little bit, like, so, been through here? Yes. Then we hunt. And the Barghest doesn't even acknowledge him, sniffing. Steps back into the shadows and disappears. As,
Cal and May silently be like, Henry, move your fucking hands! That's all!
as Tesseract and Kafan split up and go into different rooms. You're going to have to move very carefully, but hopefully you can get past them. I just want to double check the stealth that you guys rolled, because I rolled what I think was one below the average of the two of you for the Barghest.
I said 31.
Yes. Okay. 31.
I think mine was 23, right?
I think it was 24.
It was
24.
24. Don't get that.
I not even fucking. I am more inclined to remember 24 because it's my birthday.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
31 and 24.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me double check this math.
That's like 27 and a half, I think.
Please tell me you're rounding down.
That is 27 and a
Yeah.
half. And with a 27, the Barghest does not sense you, but knows you are close. But knows you are close.
But Patrick, if May were to like whisper call Henry, that would be too big a risk at this point, I'm assuming,
I
right?
think if you did it in like this exact moment, yes. If you just waited until like the hairs on the back of your neck settle for a moment, then you could probably get away with it.
Yeah. Cool. May's looking at Cal like,
They're like silently communicating with their eyes, like, we killed this I thought we were done with this fucker. How is he here?
May's like, yay! Cool!
Hey.
Nothing about a long-lasting scar I have from this guy. Cool. Alright,
Yeah, it kind of itches a little bit.
I guess we move forward and away from them very, very quietly.
Yeah. No, they're doing like the Scooby-Doo thing where they're like holding Gekino.
Like, Henry, bud, sorry, but like one of us has to get through this, and we the moment. We didn't ask you to come back through us, we told you not
I
to.
mean, to be fair, they hate us. You might be like, I'm just a little boy, it's my birthday!
I don't like how intently Patrick's staring at the screen. I sense his character.
I was just like, I was trying to decipher the meaning. Will he tell us?
Okay, well, but do you whisper call Henry?
When like it seems slightly less.
Yeah, like, I don't know if you need us to roll, but they're scooching, they're like listening, Kekno's totally silent, and they're just kind of waiting until they've like passed into a far enough room that we can like whisper call
risk
Henry,
it,
or
yeah.
like, or be like, oh, they're far enough that if we sprint, they're not gonna hear us.
Mm.
As you whisper call Henry, and he answers also very quietly, he says, I think I can feel where you are. It looks like there is some rubble ahead, and you are to the south, I think.
Sure.
I'm thinking whether or not we tell Henry to go around the other way. Because they're not going to be coming from the left. And there's maybe a way he can meet up with us without having to put himself very much at risk. But what do you think, Mooney?
It is not a bad idea to be coming from another way, because we would probably want as much reconnaissance as possible, and it's
Yeah,
not like
very
this
true.
way is particularly safe. So
Yeah, exactly. May, in a whisper, says to him, "We went to the left, but I need you to go to the right and try and work your way around. There are some very, very dangerous people coming towards you from the left. Go to the right and work your way towards us as best you can."
And I'll add, like, they're hunting you specifically. Be very careful.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Like I said, they won't be coming from the direction I'm saying.
Okay. Alright.
We'll see you. We'll see you very soon. It will be fine.
And Henry, don't forget I gave you those stones. If you need them.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We'll see you soon.
And he hangs up as he slips away to the right. And you are sneaking through the facility much slower.
Imagine just doing the little, like, footsteps where you're like...
Yeah, definitely eating up a little extra time as you are going through. As you slip out of this room with the machine, you hear Kekino go, Henry?
He's coming.
You check on Kekino again and see that he is insensible. Kekino no longer understands where he is or what he's doing, and is now feeling in your hands like a less solid object. He's gone from holding like a large cat to holding a stuffed animal. He's lighter, he's less solid, he's less here.
Is Kekino being quiet?
Kekino is murmuring. It is pretty quiet. You can kind of tell that he can't really hear you wherever he is. He's quiet because he is not capable of being louder.
Yeah, Cal is very worried about this, and also is the type of person who is she's Elisa's sister, so she's like, Kekino will probably forgive me if I have to kill him. He'll come back, it's fine. But at this point is like shoving him fully under her arm. Like, I think she's in a coat, so she's like wrapping up the coat so he's very muffled but like safe and secure, but is basically like, I can no longer trust Kekino to stay quiet, except for the fact that he doesn't have the energy to yell, and therefore I am swaddling him and muffling him.
Okay. You sneak through. May is doing her best to follow this sort of path laid out by the Bayuchu, but you do have to divert every now and again to give more space. About to enter another laboratory when you hear some rustling and take a different path through a different door, try to go around. Some part of your mind is marveling at all of this pristine ancient technology and writings and ruins, but most of your attention has left that behind. Most of it is focused on the here and now, on
Kekino being almost dead, yes.
Kekino being almost dead, on the time that is running out for Fish.
Still going, Fish is fine, Fish is fine, Fish is great, Fish is fine.
Too many martinis. That's what's happening.
Fish has had a way. Fish has invented Shrek. Fish is playing Shrek as a stage play.
You sneak through these labs. As you are navigating your way through, you find a couple of dead ends that require you to sort of wait and make sure the path is clear before backtracking a little bit. It's a tense moment as you're about to step into a hallway when you hear the soft pad of a footstep and a whistling that seems to echo in your mind before it disappears. And then you eventually sneak your way into what was once a lab, clearly, and is no longer together enough to be such. Mushrooms having sprouted from every surface, grown over everything, destroyed this place. And in the center of the room, in what looks like was a container of some kind, glass or crystal, a large, incredibly complicated and compact colony of this mushroom growing in the middle, glass having cracked around it, spores clearly having spread out to
The originator.
Yes.
Hmm.
You think the experiment that led to these mushrooms being everywhere, you know that this room will be very dangerous to cross, but you also think that you will lose potentially even more time trying to find a way around.
Okay. May, because she has her adventurer's kit and her little handkerchief, is going to take out her thermos and wet a couple of handkerchiefs with tea. And over the face, basically passes one to Cal, and gestures towards the other side.
Cal's like, yes, a veil, thank God!
Yes, thank God. Immediately tries to put it over her eyes. May's like, no, the mouth. The mouth is the important part here. You...
Oh, hey, Patrick, hold on. So May has a cleaning stone. If May holds onto the cleaning stone, will that keep...
If May activates the cleaning stone over and over and over again, you would be able to cross the room, as the mushrooms would not be killed, but the spores in the air would.
Just around us, yeah.
So it would take a little bit of time as you keep activating it over and over again, crossing the room. That is a entirely safe way to cross.
I think they will instead posit just using it after they've got immediately getting it off them. To Cal, unless Cal wants to go safer. Kekune being on the brink of death is really...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's we're slowing down a little for Henry, but we are hustling.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the plan. Get through and then clean stone the moment we're free. And hold our breath and hope that the wet hankies do the job. Oh, I don't like how Patrick's looking at the screen.
Okay.
I'm looking with them big ol' eyes.
Give me a Constitution check, both of you, with advantage.
Cool.
Kekune go is giving us advantage.
No, the tea-soaked rags is giving you advantage. Kekune is rolling flat.
Dirty 20. The other roll was a 3.
Yeah, not great for me. I got a you say Constitution?
Yes.
We'll say that's a 9.
Okay, sub 10, unfortunately. This strain is the original. It has not been bred by the Abomination and its people to be stronger, to emphasize the effects that they like. So it is a little bit of a weaker strain, but you breathe in the spores just a little bit, just kind of... I think I think you hear sounds behind you, and as you turn around, you just expose your mouth a little too much under the handkerchief and get in a few spores. You have disadvantage on any saving throw to resist being charmed or emotionally influenced.
Hmm.
You
Cat
have
goes, it's good I don't have feelings!
you have advantage against rolls to save against the fear condition,
Oh.
Interesting.
and you take double psychic damage.
Ooh.
You have vulnerability to psychic.
no!
So that'll persist even after we use the cleaning.
That will persist even after you use the cleaning stone. Essentially, the cleaning stone will
Because it's
mean
in-
there's no
yeah.
chance of getting reinfected by your own clothes later.
Yeah.
And that effect is not permanent for Cal, but will last basically until I say otherwise.
God.
You're going
Okay. Cal starts coughing and he's like,
She does the terrible, like, coop cough.
Yeah. Kakino goes, and Cal goes, Kakino, quiet. Uh-oh.
But we make it through otherwise?
As you make it through the room and turn the corner, now I will say that your Pass Without Trace is gone.
God.
You are now even further into what you are thinking of as the core Bayuchu area, the area that has been very much explored. You can see that the pathway past this room, exploring the rest of the ruins, it was pretty well used. You know, maybe last time a big group went through there was a couple months ago to investigate something. As far as you can tell, just with your passive survival skill, somebody came up here to this room yesterday. Like, you are now in the high traffic zones of the ruins.
Love that you waited for us to get here for the Pass Without Trace to run out.
Yeah.
Convenient.
I mean, if I hadn't, the Pass Without Trace would have passed already for your last check.
True.
That's only an hour, and you spent like half an hour of that getting to the ruins. I'm being very generous.
Okay, I'm just saying.
As you head into this much more traffic area, you start to hear more voices. Most of them speaking, you think, in Chinese, although it's a little distant to be able to tell, as well as skittering and clawed footsteps. There's a lot more activity. You don't know if you are also being hunted by the Abominations people, although that's a pretty safe assumption, or if something else is happening. There's a lot of people in front of you and some very dangerous people behind you as you're moving forward. Please give me another stealth check.
I suppose we pass in a uniform or something. That's a 13.
It's an 8.
Cal is like, I feel really good.
10.5. See, that 0.5 gets you. I'm also going to roll for Henry at the same time. Let's see what he gets. Okay. Not great, not terrible.
I think the idea of Vargas catching Cal and being like, you again! And she's like, nope, we fucking did this. We had this arc. No.
No,
Fuck
we're
off.
done. We're done, actually. We're done. To remind you, the research that Jamal did and that you got from the library is that if the Barghest can die, you don't know how. And that is something that potentially applies to Tinnitus too, although you're not sure how Barghesty he was when he died, and if that is a factor.
I think the least sending stone is just like, you gotta finish your fucking job. You gotta finish your job. He's still fucking around. We're in Denver,
If he's
Colorado.
alive, kill him
She just
again.
like Kool-Aid Vans through the wall.
Yes, the research you saw essentially said that people have tried to resist a Barghest and killed it, and it came back because it is a creature of death. So yeah, you don't think you don't think the Barghest is done with you, or that you are done with it yet.
wonder what would happen if we got magic cuffs on it, or like the ones
The
being put
amulet.
into.
Yeah.
Mm.
I really want Fish to keep that amulet. That sounds very handy.
Okay. Let me do some perception checks.
Don't say it like that.
That one.
I think we should look for some uniform stat. I'll stop doing that.
Okay.
Stop doing that.
What your die sound effect? Okay.
Very
Wow.
special podcast for Ink.
Okay. I rolled separately 3 perception checks. Bargist, Kafan and Tesseract combined,
Homie. Okay?
and other
We
Bayuchu
bonded
people.
over elephant murder.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he respects me.
he likes you. That does not mean he's gonna not kill you. With your 10.5, you hear a snuffling sound
Oh, for
behind
fuck's
you,
sake.
It's a puppy.
and you think you hear something in a gravelly voice say, "Tea here." You turn a corner, immediately see a human being, parts in a spider shape, like crawling around. It has 2 heads and one is looking right at you, and then as you kind of like whoop and come back, it just kind of like turns and goes on, and you're like, okay,
Not
well,
my circus, not my monkeys.
yeah, those eyes were probably not functional or something. And are able to pass on. You entirely avoid the Bargist and the Bayuchu people as you sneak closer.
I noticed
mean-
Tesseract were not included.
Which means that your guard is starting to lessen just a little bit when you hear the click of a handgun cocking from a side room, and you see that Kafan steps out into the hallway as Tesseract sights from a side room.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Yes, hello.
Cow lets May talk.
Fancy seeing you here.
Yes, no, it is. It's very interesting to see you in this part of the world, this hemisphere. How have you
What
been?
coincidence. I've been better. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. There was a I in some way have to thank you. I prefer to my associate Tesseract. Say hi, wave. He likes to kill if possible. I don't. It's not my thing. It's a kill by stealth. No, I like a kind of stand-up fight. When you were in Korea, you told all those people about the happenings north of the border, and there were too many, and we couldn't kill them to silence them. So thank you. Kept me from having to kill more. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. I feel the same way about not killing unless strictly necessary.
Yes.
I
I very much appreciated watching you work on those Pulgasari, and this was there was a certain amount of excitement seeing you fight. I was wondering if perhaps you wanted a rematch. Kafan, not the time. Oh, right, of course. We are looking for a friend of yours, Mr. Henry. You wouldn't happen to know where he is, do you?
Who the fuck is that?
Henry. Oh, him, yes. May says with complete truthfulness, well, I know he's around, but I'm not quite sure where.
Her sending stone like vibrating aggressively. Burn, burn, burn.
He calls. Kaman kind of squints at you for a second, and then gives a short nod, like he believes you. He thinks you're being truthful. And then says, "Well, that is, I think, the most important thing. And of course, if you would like to have a rematch, that would be fine with me. But we really are looking for Henry at this point in time."
Well, I suppose we'll leave you to it.
Oh yes, no, that will be very well.
Mm-hmm.
Gifon, we are being paid to capture them and Henry. Well, yes, but one is a little more important. No. We take them, and then we find the boy. Fine, I suppose, hands are tied. Complicated thing.
How much are they paying you?
Oh, well, we are getting paid sort of a retainer, and then per project. Gafon? No. We don't discuss payment with potential targets.
Cal looks at May and then is like, I'm gonna fucking go for it. I'm gonna take on May. Because she goes, I mean, payment's not a blessing from the saint.
You make an excellent point, Colliginus, and there's very few living saints of necromancy. In fact, I think there's only one. And wouldn't you know it, I'm standing right next to
Give me a persuasion check.
I'm gambling. I'm going crazy. I'm going silly.
Give me a persuasion check.
Any advantage?
I don't think so, because
Okay.
your advantage is the fact that it isn't with disadvantage.
So that's for me or for Mooney doing the actual roll?
I think for you, because you're pitching it,
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fair
because you're
shot.
on Callum being like, which means you're the salesman.
Well, I did go ahead and roll. Do we want to just have that as like background flavor for May, and you can decide if that's like advantage or anything like that?
Sure.
Okay, I got a 14.
To me, you got a 14. How are you using a 14?
Cal has like
Saintly.
she has fucking Kekano like swaddled, and she is like fully
Lights.
that like dancing lights in the back thing, and she's like caring for her baby, and it just looks very like those really beautiful paintings of Mary where she like looks pathetic but in a gorgeous way.
All right.
Okay. Let's do this.
Guidance for May. D4.
I will say that's probably guidance for May. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this: we're gonna need it. I just my. So that's an 11.
Tesseract stands
It's
up.
orthodox, actually.
Tesseract stands up and approaches you from the diagonal, and essentially goes, I don't think the blessing of the saint saved that other necromancer got shot in the head.
Cal Tildson was like, I didn't say it was anything about protection. What do you want? What could you use
We could get you a better mask.
blessing
A
for?
necromancer mask. bonuses to your rolls.
I have this cat.
There's a cat. His name's Ricotta. I desperately want to get rid of him.
He's a home Tesseract.
I think Tesseract looks at you for a moment, and then with that 11 goes, no deal. And comes up
Cat
and
goes,
is going...
Cal looks at Kafan.
Kafan's just kind of like sticking out of it, like, oh, I want to fight somebody. Let's fight somebody. I don't like this Dell.
Where are we standing in the room, and where are they standing in?
Essentially,
Just mold Earth a hole.
you are in a short section of hallway connecting a bunch of labs.
How wide is the hallway?
The hallway is probably about 10 feet wide. It's decently wide. Kafan is standing in front of you both in the doorway into the next lab. Tesseract has come from your right. And a little bit behind you. There is open door behind you that could get you out of there. Tesseract is kind of in the way, kind of not.
Okay, so I'm torn between letting them take us there, but also obviously they would be very handicapped, versus us making a fucking break for it and me trying to mold a doorway shut behind us. What do you think, Beanie?
I am very worried. I think a fight is a bad idea. I think they're gonna make us into paste. Hypothetically, we could keep distracting until Henry is like closer, but I don't necessarily know that Henry has anything to bail us out. If it was like somebody who was a little more strong, like magically, I would be like, yeah, that person might be. Buying that person some time means they could rescue us, but I don't know if Henry can get us out of a bad situation. Let me just check what I have for cantrips.
I'm doing the scrolling through. I already know what's there, but maybe this time.
Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah. Maybe if you read it the third time, you'll have a new idea.
While May does that, can May roll an investigation to see if there's any weaknesses or anything that she could take advantage of with either of them?
Yeah, you can give me an investigation check.
Sure. That could be worse. It's a dirty 21.
Tesseract is approaching you from the side and a little bit behind you, gun out, kind of held close to his body, and with one hand out, like he's going to grab you. You think his intention is probably to put a hand on the back of your neck or something like that, and kind of keep you controlled that way, and then have you lead him to Henry, or maybe act as bait, or maybe take you to Seeker, whatever he's been paid to do. I think you look at the gun and the hand, and you're like, at least by reputation and what Sinner told me, I don't know which of those two is more dangerous.
Yeah.
And Kafan looks very uninterested in what's happening. You think because kidnapping and blackmail and things like that, that's fully uninteresting to him. He wants to have a good, even stand-up fight with someone, and he just has his hands by his side. He's just kind of I don't know. I think you'd see if you tried to sprint past him, he would obviously fight and try to stop you, but he's not ready in this moment. He's not prepared for action. He's just kind of I guess this is happening now.
Is there any...
Tesseract is very controlled and professional.
Is there any nice wall looking destroyable by Mold Earth and Shadow Sphere together?
Not any more than any other wall, but you could certainly give it a shot.
But there's also a door behind us that Tesseract...
We could throw a mushroom.
You could just throw a mushroom and hope it works.
We could go full Mario Kart.
We could. Trying to think of the best way to deliver it onto them.
There is also as I said, a doorway behind you. Tesseract
Yeah.
is kind of between you and the door, but is kind of like at an angle, so you think you can get around. You do remember that Kafan is very, very fast.
You could be like, this is stupid, but you could be like, all right, I lied. We do have, we are in touch with Henry. This is how we
and take it.
track him. This is like a bit of his magic signature. Mushroom.
Betcha,
Um,
betcha, betcha.
What I'm thinking, because Tesseract has a mask on,
Mhm.
he's less likely to get got by it. I think Kafan is the best option to like throw the mushroom at. But maybe we throw it anyway at Tesseract and just the like, oh, what is
Well,
enough to
what we could do is be like, okay, well, Tesseract needs to go look for Henry, but we'll go fight Kafan. Like, that's fair. We're, former allies, and you guys need to split up. Also, what, you think you can't take on 2 girls by yourself? Come on. That maybe just get rid of Tesseract, because honestly, he's fucked, and I would rather have him looking around looking for Henry and not have to deal, because the minute he decides to fight, he's going to smash us into pieces.
Yeah.
Would you
If
like
we
to
break our
know?
legs, we can't get through the fucking temple.
Would you like to know just a little bit of mechanically how Tesseract works?
No, I don't need to be more afraid.
Fair enough.
I have healthy fear.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
No, I do not want to fuck with Tesseract at all. We need to get Tesseract to leave to go find Henry, and we can deal with Kafan.
How can we convince him to do that, though? I'm trying to think of an actual good, point beyond.
Well, Kafan wants to fight, and being like, maybe like, what's the terms and stuff like that, and being like, oh, we can do. This is crazy, but maybe it would be fun. We could be like, okay, Kafan and May will fight, and then Cal will get to play hide and seek, and if you come, like, the challenge is like you go find her, and then she's gonna shoot a Henry or something like that.
It could even be just like, hey, here's our setting stone to Henry. We think he's in this direction.
It's aisled.
And yeah, it's the aisle setting stone. And then it's like, okay, Kafan, herd them into this room and kind of watch them while I go check this out. And you call Seeker so she can come pick these 2 up. I think you realize pretty quickly that Tesseract is a stop on Kafan's worst instincts, or at least the worst instincts for the mission, which is like, I don't want to assassinate people. I want to have a good stand-up fight and prove that I'm the best. And so if you get Tesseract out of there, you can be like, so you want that fight or something? And there's not going to be somebody to go, that's a dumb idea, don't do that.
Yeah.
Maybe we say oh, Henry needs. It's like, oh, Henry has, I don't know, like a teleporting ability or something like that. So if you want to get them, you gotta go fast and stuff like that. And you probably don't want to leave us alone. Yeah, some idea of okay, fine, you got us. Henry is rapidly teleporting through rooms or something. Something to be like, go. Kafan can be our babysitter.
Okay. May looks at Cal and then says, I don't think there's any point putting off the inevitable collisionist. And I mean, we both know that Fish is just going to escape anyway. There's no point.
We don't know the kid.
We don't even know the kid. We've done enough. In a very, what would be obvious to anyone who knows her, facetious. It's
He's 19. You stop being a baby and asking grown women to help him.
I says, look, we just want to get our friend to get out of here. What are your orders? Are you going to hurt her? Is it just a retrieval? We're not stupid. We know that you 2 are much stronger than us.
It's retrieval for now. Don't want to have to hurt you. But the client wishes to have you in possession, and especially Mr. Molaveda.
Well, you better go catch him. Your refrigerator's ready.
Look, I was telling the truth there earlier. We don't know exactly, but he's moving very quickly. He's a precociously magical young man. If you leave now, you might be able to catch him. But
Where is he?
like I said, I don't know exactly where. All I know is that he's heading to.
Give me your weapons.
Cal
your
literally has nothing on her. She
Just like, does that like open robe just like turn around? Look, nothing here, nothing on my sleeve.
It was like balanced on her shoulder, and she's like trying to like keep him being like, no, I pass. Kafan can collaborate. I lost my weapon in that fight we were in.
You say that and kind of look at him, and he goes, oh, thank you for reminding me. Where was that? Ah, and he pulls out one of your little folding scythes, and he goes, just in case I ran into you again. It's very, very interesting.
Cal's eyebrows fully raised and does not know how to respond to what she would consider a genuine act of kindness. She's like, oh, well, there you go. Then you have it, and I am disarmed.
I'll hold on to it, and if you get released, we'll give it back.
Thank you.
May like gestures towards her guns and says, "I'll give them to your friend here, since I know that he treasures these weapons, and they are from my family. No offense, Mr. Tess." And slowly gives them to
Instantly like bristles. I think, Tesseract has enough of a sense of honor to agree with that, about being like, you can give the guns to Kafan, and Kafan can hold on to them.
Yes.
And so, but he's making you disarm and give them to Kafan right now.
That's alright. May has cat. So yeah, and May's like, so what now? Are we just going to come with you?
I think as you are, you hand over your whip, you hand over the guns. He makes you like take out Kat, and he looks at her for a minute, and then you're taking out some of your other things. He's going to try and confiscate any sending stones you have, including Henry's. But if you want to try and like sleight of hand keep one or more, you can. It's just a question of like, if he catches you, he's not gonna like trust that you fully disarmed and is going to search you more thoroughly.
Hey Patrick,
how
quickly can you de-infuse an object?
How quickly can you de-infuse? There is a mechanical answer to this, so let me look it up really fast.
Because I could just have these random stones that clearly aren't sending magic in.
There is an answer to this. Let me look it up really fast.
What should be over a long rest?
It is, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least.
It is a long rest, or if you die.
Okay, well maybe could we frame it as May just giving everything to Kafan, being like, well, you're.
I think that would work. I think you could give everything to Kafan, and Kafan will make like a little pile in the corner. I'll just kinda, like tuck everything into your bag.
Kafan.
Then Tesseract says, "Where is he? What part of the ruin?"
I told you, back where you just came from.
Kafan, you have your sending stone. Yes. Call the client, and if you hear from me that I cannot find Henry within half an hour, kill them.
That's no fun.
Fine. And Tesseract nods and steps away. Doesn't go back the way he came, on kind of the assumption that he searched that area, and also probably the Barghest is still back there. But
Grace.
he does go forward, but is clearly like working in the direction that you pointed, which I think is the direction Henry went, because that's just the other side. You were just very general of like, he's over there, and Kafan's insight was enough to know like, you're telling the truth, you don't know specifically where he is. That is going to be the two of you and Kafan, as he says, if you wouldn't mind just stepping into this room here so I can keep an eye on you, and we'll make sure that my employer comes and has a chat with you, maybe answer any questions, and there are some creatures about that are a little bit concerning, so want to make sure that you're safe until you have this meeting.
Yeah. May is like, oh, of course, naturally, and we don't have to play pretend anymore, Kafan. We both know that so you and I can fight in safety and privacy without Tesseract getting a bit cranky about it.
Tesseract, no, I agreed to keep you safe and but what do you mean? A rematch?
Well, isn't that why you got rid of him? May relying on the time-honored...
Just gonna like... Yeah. He said you're full of shit. And you can't fight.
Yeah.
He said that to me when you weren't in the room.
It's clear he thinks you're a big joke.
You see, I think a little bit of like a smirk of like he knows what you're doing, but also maybe like he's considering it. And he pulls out a setting stone and he says, "Yes, boss. I have captured two of the ones you are looking for. Tess is looking for the important one. We are here in this part of the ruin. If you would like to come and pick them up. Keep them here? Very well. You say you wish to fight. Would that even be a fair fight? You've been disarmed."
Well, I've got my fists. I've got a little bit of magic still about me.
Oh.
Cool,
I am glad to find someone who does not rely entirely on weaponry. That is an unfortunate, although I suppose it makes sense, but an unfortunate side effect of the way much magic works.
May is going to, she's like, making a show of rolling up her sleeves, and magical telepathy Cal and says, "I'm going to distract him. You figure out a way to get us out of this, or to hit him from behind."
Cal grimaces.
Yeah. And then May is going to say, "Well, what rules are we going by?"
Oh, let's say
Cambridge, another place.
Are you familiar with a Northern Tibetan honor duel?
No, but I'd love to hear all about it. I'm a huge fan of learning about how the... Go on.
Well, we will use no weapons nor enhancements, Only a physical contest. We will avoid anything that is in long-term debilitating or injurious, but broken bones are, of course, acceptable if we have a healer available.
Let's do that! We do have a healer available.
Well, that is excellent! Then we do not need to modify the rules. Oh, thank you so much. It was
Spirit of
Colligens,
honesty,
I
Kafan.
believe. It was Colligens, but you had another name when we spoke last. I remember this.
I just doesn't say anything. She's just like, patting Kekno baby.
Claire.
Kafan, I'm just going to
Claire.
Cleanliness. I like that. We should go with that. I'm just sorry. I'm just going to take off my personal things. I don't want to get damaged. And as she does, she puts her hand in her pocket and she breaks her medal of muscle.
Okay, you got it. Yeah.
Or uses
No,
it
give
rather.
me a sleight of hand check to make sure you were able to keep hold of that.
Yeah.
But
maybe,
yeah.
maybe while he was looking at Cal. Okay. Please, God. Please. Do you want to give me a guidance? A little guidance for me?
Oh yes, guidance.
That'd be really nice. That's a little bit better. That is a 10.
Okay. A 10 was the DC I was setting, so yeah, you are actually able to slip that into a pocket. Probably like Tesseract saw it, but then when you were be like, oh, and we'll give all the things to Kafan, you just slip that in your pocket instead of handing it over. So you got that back. Essentially, the rules are until someone is unconscious, dead, or has given up, avoid death if at all possible, holds, breakages, and major injuries allowed, so long as there is a healer available, which Cal will serve as. And it's you've kind of like. It's that kind of thing of like, you haven't convinced him to have a fight with you, but the two of you have discussed it so much that now it seems like almost an inevitability. So go
Take your jacket off.
go ahead and give me a persuasion check. We'll say with advantage. And we may have a little bit of rematch in which Cal can hopefully escape.
So that's a dirty 24.
Okay. Dirty 24. Kafan is just chatting with you about the rules while he pulls out his two fist knives that he has and puts them over by your pack, kind of slips out of his shoes, so he's barefoot on the ground, just like kind of readying himself, doing a little stretching, a little flexing. And it looks like you're gonna have a nice sparring match to pass the time. As you are doing so, you hear a little buzz of ascending stone, and as Kafan looks and is distracted for a moment, you hear Kekno go, "Mom?"
Kekno?
And then explode.
May takes advantage of that distraction.
Go ahead and roll initiative. Kafan gets advantage on initiative, but with him distracted and Kekno blowing up, I'm going to say that balances out to a flat roll.
May also gets advantage. Thank you, cat. Thank you, my darling baby cat. Sorry, what's my bonus for initiative though? I think it's maybe
your dexterity bonus.
Thank you. Yeah, it's +1. So that's a dirty 20.
Okay.
And I'll tell you specifically what May is going to.
With a 9, you do go first.
Cool.
Kafan is definitely like looks away, then looks at Kekino and gets like a face full of Kekino water as Kekino
Yeah.
explodes and soaks through Cal.
Is he blinded by that face full of water?
He's not blinded, but he is distracted for a moment.
Okay. Okay, here's what May's going to do. So for context for you guys, May has a
May has what?
-1 to strength. The Medal of Muscle, I don't think I ever...
You have never discussed this before.
Yeah,
We've never
no,
discussed
I
it.
didn't.
We have discussed it. It was a
It's a very fun... I won't tell the story. So it's a joke gift to May technique, and it's with an etching of a ridiculously muscular man, like weightlifters.
Sorry,
and
you're
it's
cutting out a
just-
little too much to tell the story
Okay.
fully.
Okay. It's a small medal with an etching of a very muscular man. Think a weightlifter from a 1920s show. And on the back, it says, "All hail the flex." And when it's used, it's a one-time use. It gives her advantage. It gives her advantage on strength checks, saving throws for 1 hour. So
I
this
love
is. I've been waiting to use this for this. Anyway, so May is immediately going to and get him restrained. Ideally to like choke him out, but also kind of a like, Cal, do something.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a grappling check. That would be athletics with advantage,
Okay.
or acrobatics flat if that's better. I don't know why you would do that, but
No.
and then he has to do acrobatics or athletics to opposed.
It was strength. I felt so good about doing this.
No,
So,
it's athletics, which is a strength check,
okay.
so you get advantage.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're
dirty 20, Patrick. Sorry,
dirty 20,
it was a natural 20, but it's a dirty 19.
natural 20, dirty 19. I got you. Okay, we'll see what he gets.
It's awful. Isn't that reference?
Oh my god. Okay.
Also nat 20.
So, Kafan is really, really good at fighting and
Yeah.
also really, really good at grappling, which means he's very fast and slippery, which means his acrobatics is plus 15. With a natural 4, he gets 19, and I will say because you got a nat 20 and then it got reduced, you beat him by 1. You go in, he instantly turns back to you as you approach him and goes for like a 1-inch punch into the chest. You just slip under it, lock the arm, hand around his neck, and start to try to choke him out while going, "Dungeons, run!"
Or do something! Run and do something!
Oh god, Cal is panicked and covered in Kekino juice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kekino just died in front of you, to be
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
Uh,
but can I make a case? With the spores she inhales, she has advantage.
I couldn't hear you, but I'm going to say advantage on fear?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? I think that makes sense. That Cal is like, this is a horrifying moment, and you can feel that cognitively, but you don't feel as strong of a rush of emotions as
Yeah.
you should, as the
the drugs are
spores like,
fortifying me.
yeah, dampen that emotion. So yeah, I do think you can act in this moment.
Do crack.
You want to do that to me? I'm just thinking of a mechanical way to explain. And not being
Yeah,
like,
I honestly don't have a lot of ideas besides the idea of like coming up behind Kafan and like mushrooming him.
yeah. Why
You think
not?
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should have seen where May put it in the bag. For sure.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll try
Some
that. Cal
mushroom
will
there.
try to get the mushroom from the pile of May stuff and then sneak up behind Kafan while he's distracted by wrestling with May and mushroom him.
Give me an initiative roll. just
Okay.
because it seems like after this round you're going to be part of the combat too. And you grab this mushroom and you just lob it like right into his face.
No. Cal's gonna go up to him
And the
and
face.
like have the like like in a movie where they like take the chloroform rag and then they
Yeah.
like scoop up behind you. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I think there are enough spores shaking loose as he's trying to fight you off that May will still have to make a check as well.
That's fine.
But we'll
We
say
can go
May
with
can do it with
that.
advantage. We'll say May can do it with advantage. So we will do a Constitution saving throw.
Glad I got advantage because that one was not good. That's a 15.
Okay. Kafan does save with a
Damn.
11. He got one over. He's been rolling like shit, but that was just barely enough. He is absolutely distracted.
Do you have any what's it called? Your fucking fuck with the DM spell.
Silvery barbs.
I've got nothing left. I'm running
Got
on empty.
Running on fumes.
But hang on, give me a second. Let me have a little think. Okay. Okay. Concept. Rod of Transference can be used on an unwilling enemy.
Correct.
They've just got to pass a DC saving of 8. So you can get rid of hit points. You can get rid of their AC. You can decrease their max hit points. You can give them a curse or a blessing or a magical status that the other person has. We can get rid of his speed. You can get rid of his ability modifier. You can get rid of his spell point. He does have to succeed an 8. Whether or not Cal could easily get it working, and whether any of those effects are going to be very moment is another matter. Otherwise,
I mean, what we
at
can
rules.
do if we keep on the mushroom and we make him complacent, we might be like, go pick up the rod.
True. That's very true.
I don't think you're going to make him complacent, but you may make him weak. I think
Yeah.
like the best outcome is you make him vulnerable to psychic damage, and then Cal and May both have psychic damage attacks.
Yeah, that's
I think
true.
I don't think you'll be able to get him to be like, go do that, because you guys don't have like mind control spells for the most part. But it doesn't matter because he saved. He saved against the mushroom.
But I still got him.
You're just trying to chloroform him while he's trying to wiggle out of May's grasp, like trying to throw some elbows at Cal.
Yeah.
That is your object interaction and your action. Do you want to use a bonus action?
Just kill him. Get him!
Is it my bonus action or Ellie's? Oh!
I mean, May hasn't used a bonus action, but you were
I don't
like,
have any
and then I
bonus actions
mushroom
to
him.
use.
Yeah.
Or you can get to my guns and just shoot him point blank.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it can't hurt. I'll do a shadow wave just while I'm there and hopefully just kind of knock him down and try to chloroform him again.
Okay. A shadow wave will absolutely hit May because they are grappled together.
You don't have that.
You're
thing, do you?
wise.
I mean, she's not. But she's not.
She's smart. She's not wise.
That's it.
We have seen that over and over and over again.
So it's
Wise.
each creature in a 15-foot cone. Are you sure I can't like aim at his feet or something like that?
Just walk around.
That's the kind
So
of
it
thing
doesn't matter.
about being like theoretically in real life you could just put a hand on his face and then do a spell. With May fully like wrapped around him, there is no mechanic way in the D&D system to not hit May, and if I let you do it this time, I'm fucking
Gotta let you do it
myself
all
in
the
the
time.
future.
So
Yeah,
here's
that's
my
fair.
pitch. I'm not going to do a spell. I'm thinking about my bonus action, which would be considered maybe like, I don't know if you would consider this like a dodge or like a grapple, but I want Cal to get low on the ground, and while he's like struggling with May and like dodging the mushroom, I want Cal to basically make him trip over her. I don't care if
You
May
wanna
topples over and is pinning him
Kafan?
down.
Oh my god, you want to tabletop Kafan? That's so funny.
Yeah, let's get him prone. Get him prone.
That's so fucking funny. Yes.
Are you laughing because his stats are so good this is impossible, or just because you like the scheme?
His stats are very good physically, to be clear. Not like a mental guy, but very good physically. But the idea of Cal getting a moment to get the jump on him and going to like third grade rank where someone kneels behind someone else while someone
Yeah,
pushes
audio.
them to knock them over is so funny.
Yeah, your audio's
we-
fucked again. I can hear you because I'm hearing you from the other room, but
No.
May also has rope. Could tie him up.
Can you hear me? Is the
Yeah.
audio not fucked? Okay.
Yeah, you just kind of peaked from laughing too hard.
Sad. Laughter should not be punished.
No.
May, did you hear what I said about the rope?
yes, I
use
have a
your
gift
object
to respond to
interaction.
this. I don't know if Cal's grabbed it.
I think you can absolutely try to tabletop Kafan. If you kneel behind him, essentially you will give May an opportunity to do a shoving attack, and if she succeeds, he will be knocked prone.
Okay.
Is shove also strength? Athletics?
Shove is also strength. He will, before you get the shove attack, he will have one opportunity to try to escape from the grapple. But if he's not escaped, then yeah.
I don't know how we're gonna. It's 15 plus to athletics.
Give me another athletics check. A with advantage.
Mm. 10.
He got a 18.
23.
So he slips out of the grapple, is not able to move anywhere yet because of you and Cal kind of pinning him in, but is going to be able to take an attack on you before you can shove him.
That's alright.
So he's going to take two like very short range punches, just like boom boom, and definitely weaker because he's a movement guy, and you kind of got him trapped.
Mhm.
But that's going to be 2 unarmed strikes, which is a 16 and a 14. Do both of those beat your AC?
One of them does. My
One
AC
of them
15.
does. Okay.
Yeah.
So then do May takes 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you get your turn. Make your shoving attack.
No. Kafan takes 1d6 piercing damage.
Oh, he does he?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. He
1d6
takes
piercing damage.
he takes 3 damage as your armor kind of like nobbles, and then little spikes come out that he punches directly into.
Mhm.
The sound of his fist hitting your spikes is like an axe hitting wood. He barely bleeds. It looks
That's
like he's very used to training his hands. But yeah, that does 3 damage to him.
It's 3 more than 0. So it's
Mhm.
my turn?
So it's your turn. Do that shove.
Yeah, okay.
That's going to be just a attack roll with your strength modifier. No, it would actually be athletics. Yeah, give me another athletics check with advantage.
Advantage. That's a bit better. That's a 17.
Okay. 17. It should just be against his AC, which is 17. You beat it. So
Yikes!
Cal throws herself to the ground. Kafan escapes. Boom. Block. And you just go, and shove him over Cal. He trips. He is now prone, and it is Cal's turn.
Mushroom! We're gonna
Now
chloroform again.
Does May get a bonus action after the shove?
Do you? Yes.
Can I use it for an object interaction?
Yeah, of course. Object interaction is free. It's not even a bonus action.
Well, I'm not sure what this count says. Can May
Yeah.
tie his hands together? Or at least get the rope ready?
I would say, unless you think Cal like got the rope out in preparation and gave it to you, you could like
No.
quickly
Careful.
move over and grab the rope yourself, and
Yeah.
bring it back to him. I don't think
Yeah,
you would
May does
have
that.
like the opportunity to start tying yet, but you could get ready to.
Yeah. Or May, like, even gives it to Kenova, whatever. The rope is ready!
Okay. The rope is ready. Okay. That's gonna be Cal's turn.
We try to chloroform.
Try to chloroform
Hmm.
again. Okay. Because you already got it and you're trying for a second time, I will say this can be an action or a bonus action, depending on what else you want to do afterwards. Let me do that Constitution check. He's on the ground, so not close enough to May. Nobody else has to roll, just him. Okay, DC 10. Nope, absolutely passes.
Fuck. Well, the rope's ready.
Yep, and you still have an action or a bonus action if you want to do something else.
Can Cal use would there be any use for Cal's modified blasphemous darts to try to like pin him into the ground?
I don't think
They're
you
not physical,
have.
though, are they?
I don't think you have that. I don't think you have something that like stops movement.
I do, but it takes spell points.
Then I say no.
Does Cal notice the rope?
Oh, I've been taking the rope from your hands as you were like, I mean, fine, yeah, sure. If May was like, I got my rope, Cal can be like, all right, that didn't work, and snatch it from her. And if
Actually,
Hudson will allow
me
me
for sure.
to do that as my action, as trying to tie him up.
Yeah, if you want to try to use your action to tie him up, go for it. Give me a sleight of hand check. Understanding that you have -1 for whatever you have written down with your lower dexterity.
Whatever.
Does being prone give him any disadvantage on anything, or is it more about like,
It
just-
gives him disadvantage on. It gives rather the attacker advantage on physical
Okay.
short range attacks. So if you went up and like
Yeah.
kicked him in the face, you'd have advantage on that attack.
Yeah.
It's a nat one. Okay.
It's a nat one?
Nat one.
You take the rope.
Stop.
You try to remember the last time you tied a rope, and as you very quickly grab the rope, whip a knot into it, go to put it around his wrist. It's not actually a knot. The rope just goes straight again. You tie it. You grab his wrist. You try to tie it again. You find that the rope is attached to one of your wrists when you pull away. He is not restrained at all. You are tied on one wrist.
Kafan
And the
just
rope
starts
is just
laughing
dangling.
at us.
Nate's like, what are you doing? That's so fucking
not-
funny.
It's rope, man. Why do you think it was?
It's that, you know that, I can't remember what movie it's from, but where two goons are trying to beat this Tom Cruise in a bathroom and they... I can't remember what movie it is.
Ellie, I
Maybe
give you
it's not
the
Tom
answer,
Cruise.
but you cut out, so I don't know what you said.
It's a
Tom
scene from an action movie where the hero is in a small bathroom and there are two goons in the bathroom trying to beat the shit out of him because it's such a...
Ocean's 11, George Clooney.
Thank you. It's that. Thank you. That's what's going on here.
Yeah,
So fucking
pretty
funny.
Pretty much. Okay. That is going to be Kafan's turn. He is going to yeah, he's going
Beat
to
the shit out of me.
he's going to he fully just like lifts his legs. It's not even like a kip up where you see him like use his abs. He just like swings his leg up and the momentum just like fully stands him up and he's just instantly in your face. That is going to be a let's say 2 punches on May and a kick on Cal. And he is going to use
You're fucking dragged back and captured. We are not going to win this fight.
focus strike for the first one, and I think he's going to make it reckless because you absolutely like came
Flaunted
for
the
him.
rules. Yeah.
Yeah, you violated the rules. Yeah, Cal got involved. You knocked him over, and I think he saw for a minute like the chance of losing, so he's going to go all out just this once.
Cool.
So, yeah, he's going to attack recklessly this turn, which means next turn, all attacks against him will have advantage if you are still up next turn.
If I'm still alive, yeah.
First punch on May.
Uh-huh.
That is a 24 to hit. Second punch on May. That is a 26 to hit. Third attack is a kick on Cal. That is a 25 to hit. So that is going to be... Hold on, let's do some quick math. Let's get this. Let's get that.
That's the 2d6 damage as well, Patrick.
Hmm?
He gets 2d6 piercing
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, I will roll that in just a minute.
I gotta take my wins where I can.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Okay.
I'm in despair. This is too much.
Punches a hole through May's body. It like slides out like a cut.
Ooh. Okay.
Terrible. This is awful.
Okay. Quick math. Let me make sure I'm doing this right.
No, the quick math. That's 100 points of damage. You made his
100 points of damage. That. Okay. That is 29 points of damage to May.
Fucking hell.
You can see, Cal can see that, like, the first punch that goes in, his fist is, like, vibrating, and you can see, like instantly blood in May's mouth, which
Yeah,
you
it's
get
very animated.
smacked with that. And then the kick against you is going to be 6 points of damage against Cal, plus 3 for 9 points of damage.
That's all Cal got. 9
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, good. Let's keep someone up and about.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. Okay, so
Your ass, I would like to remind you.
everybody has their damage recorded. I will do the 2d6 getting to Kafan.
If it could be a 12, that'd be great.
That's gonna be 5.
Just whittle it down slowly.
Yeah. May's just sitting there smiling while Kafan cuts himself, beating the absolute loving shit out of her.
Cool.
You should silence, so I've already won.
Yeah. Cool.
Then he's going to
Oh, there's more.
use his movement because he attacked both of you. Neither of you get attacks of opportunity on him as he slips away from you and into the hallway, getting a little bit of space. You can close. You can close with him if you want, but it would bring you out into the hallway where he's got more room to maneuver.
Into the hallways. How wide is that door?
That door is about 7 feet by, like 3 feet wide. So so if you did Moldorth, you would take 2 uses.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna be able to get through 2 feet either way, like above as easily, right?
You don't know
maybe
how
one
slippy
thing.
he is.
I'm thinking Mold Earth, and then. Well, actually, before Mold Earth, I'll do a perception check on
You'll do a perception check on what?
the room, specifically exit.
You are in a room that doesn't have any exits. That's why they were putting you in it to hold you.
Vents?
There is some magical machinery in here that's running, and some like scattered pieces of paper that are like sticky tacked up to the walls that seem like notes in Chinese, like somebody was working in here. You also see a couple of tools that have been abandoned, just like an old hammer, some pliers. Nothing that you think is going to go crazy. Your own stuff is probably better.
That's fine. My thought is just buy ourselves some time. I don't see the point continuing to fight him out in the hallway, but I don't see the point surrendering right now. Me, but also if there's any that Cal can do or that he took, I can't remember. Oh, we should get a knife if he put it next to the pack. What do we reckon, Minnie?
I feel so doomed. I just feel like maybe wiggling out and running like rats is not the worst idea, but we just have to find somewhere to go.
Yeah. May could always try Mold Earthing to the next room.
Yeah, but how do we keep him from coming after us?
And the Bargus is out there, that's true.
Great if I had spell points.
Yeah.
Want to just start whacking him with the rod? Give us your spell points.
You could.
Honestly, I kind of am like, I don't know what we would get out of running, and so maybe just continuing to fuck with him and trying to, like, get him prone and getting him the mushroom, because I'm just like, we get him the mushroom, we both have psychic attacks and stuff like that. Statistically, we can't keep rolling this badly.
No. My other concern, though, is that May one basically hit away from dying, or passing out, rather. So that's the other thing as well. Engaging with him again. Especially with his athletics being so.
It is May's turn. Whatever you decide on what you need.
Do you still have a health potion?
I think I do. Let me check. I've definitely got a healer's kit. No, I do have a health potion. I do.
Okay.
Okay. So do we want to block off the entrance even temporarily? Even if it's like him beating through and we're waiting either side.
Yeah. No, I think if we keep squaring in on him, like 2 versus 1, and we try and link trap and make him as small as possible, again, statistically, at some point.
Yeah, we have to roll good at some point. So here's what I'm picturing. Mold Earth, grab our stuff. Either side of the doorframe, for when he inevitably bursts in, we run past and Mold Earth behind us and keep running.
Is there also any way to like mold Earth his feet to the ground?
No, it's not strong enough to do damage or like move anyone. It's literally just putting it
Moving
up.
dirt. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that'd be funny. I think that'd be really funny. He'd probably like envy, but like, yeah, I don't know. I'm genuinely how to approach this.
I am in favor of just trying to wham on him and try and trap him until we can get him prone and mushroomed, and then rod him.
Okay. In that case, May will still Mold Earth, but at least then we can draw him back in. If she can trap him there again. May, okay.
Now
May
you're
Mold Earth.
with us.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Mold
that's
Earth.
drinking that health potion is a bonus action if you want
Bonus,
to mold Earth and then health potion.
Yes, and then she's also going to immediately grab shit. But yeah, so let me do the health potion.
Okay. Do your health potion, you mold Earth. There is like essentially you like iris the doorway, and there is still like a hole at like chest height that you can see through that you need to like close out. Kafan looks like he's going to try and run and wiggle in there like a ferret, but you at least made it quite a bit harder for him. as you get your stuff and drink your health potion.
Yeah, and then May is like backed against the wall, like reholstering her gun, as in like, next to the and magical telephony to Cal. I'm gonna bring it down and we're gonna trap in here.
Mousetrap.
Maybe with Cal. Cal could ready an action with the mushroom. Grab him. Mid-air chloroform.
Third time's the charm.
But yeah, otherwise May is just like waiting. Yeah.
All right.
So glad I got my guns back. Ready to use that spread damage, Patrick. I'm like the boys.
May
and-
immediately like makes out with her guns. She's like,
Yeah.
"Kiss you."
I miss you so much. That is your action and bonus action. You got your health back? How much?
11, so I'm up to 26.
Okay.
Better than it was.
Yeah. And then that is Cal's turn.
So I will be readying my action for when Kafan is captured to try and chloroform him again.
Okay.
I think there should be some funny music playing at the moment, Patrick. Yeah, the Gladiators, whatever it's called.
They actually
Yeah,
give
Into the
Fish a
Gladiators.
flat screen TV that's showing him this while like Henry's like crying and running and being like, "Why are my friends so fucking stupid?"
Yeah.
But yes, I will ready that action. Bonus action, hide.
Yeah.
I know what should be playing.
My name is Cuban Pete.
Yeah.
King of the Rumble Beat.
It is very slapstick, eh?
All right, you ready your action to try to chloroform Kafan. That
Kafan
is.
gonna be like, "I don't think this is working, Fred."
Kafan's like, I don't think this is working. Try something else. Kafan is going to see that you are grabbing your guns, realizing that he's kind of made a mistake giving you a ranged option and that you're closing the doorway on him, is going to run up and try and slip through the doorway. He does have an ability where he is not slowed by difficult terrain, but this is a very small space that he is squeezing into, so I'm going to give him an acrobatics roll with disadvantage to see if he gets through.
I'll get a 15
Okay.
instead of a 20.
I recognize this music. Is this the music that played when we fought him the first time?
Might have.
It was,
Might have
right?
been.
Yeah.
I think it is.
It's his leitmotif.
Maybe. Okay, yeah, no, let's do that. Okay. Okay.
Just say it, Patrick.
So,
Just fucking say it.
with a total of 16, he does get in the hole. But that 16 is from a nat 1, so as he gets through, he goes arms, head, shoulders, hips too big, flaps as he goes to like grab May. For a second, he loses all momentum, and now he's trying to finish pushing himself through the hole.
He's fucking Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, he would.
Not getting this, honey.
If everyone is not close enough for him to swing at them, he does not have any more actions he can do other than try and get out. So he is going to take the that doesn't make sense. He can't do that either. Okay, yeah, he is stuck. You think he will get free and be with you next turn? Yeah, for this moment, he is trapped, and I think that is enough to activate Cal's readied action to try to chloroform him, since he
Say
is
so.
captured.
Can May do a help action
He's
somehow?
like, okay. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, if May wants to sacrifice her action for the next turn, I think you can be like holding his nose closed and like opening his mouth.
Yeah, May would definitely do that.
Okay.
And as she does, she's like, can't blame a girl for strategizing, Kafan. I'm terribly sorry.
This is cheating.
Cal goes, I never agreed to these rules.
You're right, Collisionist, you didn't. Isn't that funny, Kafan? Now here's a good way. So like, you're like, his throat, like when you try to get an
Trying to get it. Okay. That is going to be a Constitution check with disadvantage. However, he has a +7 to con, so
Oh my
he has
God.
to get a 2 or a 1 in order to fail.
Christ.
With a natural 1, Fawn is chloroformed. You see the struggles start to slow down, and then he looks up at you, still kind of like wiggling, but no longer like afraid that he's in such a precarious position. He's just like, oh, I seem to be a little stuck. If you could help me so we could continue our fight. No, that's fine. I'll free myself. Just caught on the hip. Oop. As he is no longer afraid of the precarious position he is in, but he is absolutely mushroomed.
Okay, Ali, do you think we should hit him with psychic attacks, or should we just go straight over, like, take the rod? Pull you out with the rod?
You know, it would be so funny.
What?
There's no way. But if May like transferred her
For what, dude?
her remnant.
The remnant.
You need a friend.
Yeah, here you go, buddy. I mean, she can't at the moment, unfortunately, regardless of how I want her to be. Yeah. What can we get from him? HP would probably be the most useful thing. Gains up to 20 hit points while the other loses the
Speed.
same amount. Speed 2 would be good, yeah.
Speed would be good. He's very fast, so you know if he like gets free, he'll be able to chase you down unless you recruit decrease
Yeah,
his speed.
no.
You
There's
could
basically two
use it-
options. Knock him out by taking a bunch of health points and then hitting him with a bunch of psychic damage, and then we don't have to worry about him anymore. We just step over him
Yeah.
out the door.
Yeah.
Or we try to take spell points just because Cal's spell points are so
Are very useful. Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
Well, we can do both if we convince him to hold enough. That's the. Like spell points is probably more immediately useful.
Okay, well, I
okay.
mean, May needs to get over and grab the rod, so Cal will
Hmm.
just start hitting him with psychic damage. while
Guys,
we're,
yeah.
It's May's turn first, so May will be able to get the
well, this is
rod
my
and then
bonus
go-
action.
Oh, good. You held your action, which means you just get the held action. Yeah, you don't get to
okay.
like
That
go
makes
back
sense.
in time and do a bonus action too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did a bonus action hide just so she
That-
would be able to, so we won't say that. But yeah, we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the rod. We'll wait for Roderick.
That's the pros and cons of doing a ready to action. Is you get to act out of your turn, but you also like lose some options.
Lose a bit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, May's like, you know what? I feel so guilty. Yes, absolutely. Let me help you. And takes the rod and says, if you just hold on to this end, both pull you out together. Team effort. It's like the illusion of, oh, you're so. And then yeah, is going to like look at Cal and kind of like put your hand on it.
Yeah.
And is going to do it
Okay.
if she can do that in one turn.
This is using the Rod of Transference against an unwilling
He's gonna meet.
enemy.
Yeah.
However, he is mushroomed a little bit, so I'm going to change the DC 8 Wisdom save to a DC 10 Wisdom save. He has a +1 to wisdom. So 9 or lower, you're going to suck away one of his spell points and give it to Cal. He's rolling so bad. You drain him like he is a Capri Sun, and Cal gets a spell point.
Cool. And he's like, "Oh, I'm so you're really stuck."
Harder!
Yeah.
Harder!
Okay. So does that count as May's action
So you used your action to
do the
thing, but I think that we can count that as a bonus action.
yeah? Can May do another action for another spell point? Actually, can May do another action?
No, but Cal can. It is now Cal's turn.
Okay. Take some HP or spell points, Cal. Yum 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 buffet.
Can I put my hand on and like take what I want with the rod, or do I have to?
The rod does not require attunement.
Okay.
So you can
That's
actually.
dangerous.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why it's so dangerous. It's just anybody holding it. I think you notice that when you put a hand on it, May doesn't let go, even though she should. But you could just use it.
Okay, yeah, I'll take some. Do you think I should take another spell point or health points?
I think maybe hit points at this point.
Okay, I'll take some hit
That's really
points.
draining.
Yum, yum, yum.
Okay.
So how do we calculate? Do we say the max of 20, or do we have to do something for that?
No, you take however many you want if he fails. So he's gonna roll again.
Yeah. Please, God.
Okay. So that is a 9, and he needed a 10 to save. So yeah, take
knew
20 health points.
This would come back to us. I was like, we can't keep rolling this bad.
Okay. Yeah, Cal gains 20 hit points. Kafan, it looks like hollow-cheeked and anemic. That 20 points is not an inconsiderate amount of his total health.
Interesting. Cool. Maybe my get some hit points next turn.
You're just gonna sit here draining him like a Capri Sun while he's just fully dead.
To be fair, Patrick, a round of combat is 6 seconds. I don't think it's gonna make that much.
Okay, that was Cal's turn. It's now Kafan's turn. I think because we're getting back to him and you took health, you know something is up, so he's going to save at the lower DC. And he is going to push himself out and square up to fight. He uses most of his movement doing it, but now he is in the room with you, ready to fight, ready to throw some hands.
That's alright.
No longer Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, he's no longer Winnie the Pooh.
I'm not lost in.
He is going to, after that incredible Capri Sunning, he's going to take the. Oh no! I keep thinking that's a power that he does. I keep thinking that's a different power. That's not a power he has. Okay, he's going to attack. Because Cal did the health damage, and she's the one who interfered with the duel. He is going to do the first punch at Cal, then I think a punch at May, then a kick at Cal. Okay.
Good thing we got you those health points.
Yeah. You might immediately lose them.
I'm out.
I'm gonna psychically blast this dude so fucking bad.
26.
Oh. To who?
15. 26 to Cal, 15 to May.
Oh my god.
This is to hit. This is
Oh
not damage.
god.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, fucking
22 to Cal. Okay. So to Cal, that is going to be this plus this. He's going to use his other focus strike.
The world actually went a bit. I actually got a bit dizzy for a second. I was like, oh my god.
Not a good roll. Well, kind of good. Okay. That is 23 points of damage to Cal, so
It's okay.
immediately
That's
losing the
great
health
points.
gain back. And then that is going to be 9 points of damage to May.
Okay, things are getting risky now. Fucking hell. Okay. Kill!
That is May's turn with Cal on deck.
Yeah, May's gonna
You
keep
do
overload.
have the ability to like leave now that he's not fully blocking the door. He may get an attack of opportunity. You potentially will need to put yourself if you don't like clear the door obstruction in some way. But yeah, theoretically you can leave.
Yeah, I think we should probably just try. We've got 2 turns between us to absolutely potentially. Well, I don't know. What do you think, Moody? Because maybe
I
just
just need to knock him out. I don't want him running around.
Let's fucking do it. Information overload this bastard. He's gonna meet my check.
Would you like to learn about World War II, young man?
What saving throw is that? Intelligence?
Yes. Please
Okay,
don't let him have high intelligence.
You've come
I
across
thought
his
he doesn't.
weakness. He's got a -1 to intelligence.
Ah, good. Thank fuck. Now we just gotta
Okay.
roll low for us. And he's vulnerable as well. That's double damage, isn't it?
He got 17, which I believe saves.
Even with a -1.
Yes, -1 for 17.
Fuck. On a failed save, yeah, fuck. There's no if they save.
No additional thing. Yeah. Okay.
Nah.
You still have a bonus action, and then it's Cal's turn.
What can I do bonus wise? Can I help Cal somehow with a bonus action? Can I do something to help Cal with her attack?
You do not have the help action is a full action. There are special powers that give it to you as a bonus action. You do not
Yeah.
have them, but maybe there is something you can do with a bonus action that will help Cal.
Can you, like, disengage in some way so that when I do my, like, cone, you're gonna be completely out of the way?
Oh yes, maybe we'll do that.
They're
Man.
not wrapped around each other, so now you could aim it without hitting her.
Okay. So I'm looking through our items to see if there's anything.
Yeah,
Um,
can you, like, object interaction, get ready to, like, smack him over the head with the rod?
Can May, as a bonus action, attempt to blind him with the thermos? But like liquid.
You could try and distract him by throwing the thermos liquid at him. I don't know that would
You go,
help
look,
in this
it's Kakano!
situation. But you
No,
certainly
maybe not
try.
then. How is the room lit?
The room is lit from magic sconces that
Thanks
are
again.
running through the room.
Yeah,
You know,
okay,
like
so
the
that's
magic
not doing
power
anything.
is on here.
Yeah.
So it's
Um,
like rather than like flipping a light switch, it's like destroy the important section of wall.
Yeah. Which is gonna fuck. Fuck. I don't think she can do anything besides maybe get some distance between her and him.
okay.
Very frustrating.
You could also use your bonus action to do like a check, like a perception check, or like a medicine
Sure.
check to
Maybe
try to
just
see how
make sure
injured.
you don't hear Tesseract being like, "Hey man, how's it going?"
Yeah, where are you?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Maybe we'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, perception check, investigation, medicine. What are you doing?
Probably investigation is better, hey? That's still
What are you trying to get?
Is anybody coming?
I think that would be perception more than investigation.
If you insist. Alright, let's... That's more like it. It's a dirty 20.
Okay.
That's much more like it.
With a dirty 20, there are two things that you
Oh
hear.
god.
You
Uh-huh.
hear the soft pad of wolfen feet coming up the hallway, and a whistling that feels like it's at the edge of your hearing. And the second thing you hear is a sending stone buzzing that you realize is not one of yours. It's in Kafan's pocket.
Okay. No, it has to be an action. Damn. Okay. Never mind. Cool. May magical telepathy to Cal. I think the Barghest is on the way.
Cal goes back. Okay, then let's get out of here.
Okay, you're in a room with no other exits. The only door is mostly blocked by May's rocks and Kafan. May get some space, hear some things coming. Yeah, let's get out of here is right. That is Cal's turn with Kafan on deck. Kafan's getting a phone call. I don't know if May told Cal that. The Vargas is coming. Also, Kafan's getting a phone call.
Ring, 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 ring.
You don't know if it's like good for him to
Piano
answer or not,
phone.
but
I think it's going on. I think it's the likeliest thing to assume is as Tesseract being like, "Hey, I've got the cunt. I'm on the way." I don't think it's worth stopping a.
okay. What does Cal want to do?
Cal's gonna do a shadow wave just to hopefully distract him a little bit.
Yeah. You got it. What save is that?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. All right.
Surely he's not wise. Surely he's not wise.
That is a modified 6. I'm gonna say that probably
It
fails.
fails. Do I get sneak attack on this?
He's being threatened by men, so yes.
Yeah! Is that like full damage then? If he's vulnerable to psychic and sneak damage?
So no, the sneak damage also gets doubled.
God,
So
I hope he
instead of
gets it.
doing 3d6, I do 6d6.
No, so it's vulnerability, not additional rolls. So you're going
for
to
sneak
do
attack.
so. Yeah. Oh, you're saying 66 by sneak attack plus shadow wave.
Yeah.
Yes. Do that and then double it.
Get his ass, Mooney. Get his ass. Where's the thing?
After I try to fucking chloroform him like 6 times.
Oh my god, where are the sound effects? Oh, there they are. Yeah.
Well,
Destroy him. I want him to have fucking cartoon birds flying around his head
Okay.
by the time we're done with him.
I got 25 times 2 is 50.
Okay.
Yes!
50 damage. You see him, like, it looks like from the outside like he's having a seizure. He like convulses, he drops to his knees. You can tell he like kind of blacks out for a second, as everything is turned internally.
Your outfit was lame!
He is hit really, really fucking hard. And as you do that, any bonus actions that you want to do?
But that was my bonus action.
Okay, any actions you
Not
want to
for
do?
a main action.
Should I hit with the blasphemous darts just for safety?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
He looks pretty fucked up, but yeah, it's up to you.
I mean, it doesn't
Mine
hurt.
to be definitely fucked up.
Yeah.
Like.
I'll throw a blasphemous
Only-
darts on top.
Only do it if you promise that you're gonna roleplay the maze reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cal's just like, brrr, she's microwaving him.
Meg's like. Yes.
Crazy! How did that happen?
Incredible.
Yeah, give me those damage.
Oh shit, what was the blasphemous darts again? I think you
That's
DM'd
D4.
me. What was that?
It's D4s, I believe.
How many?
3?
Let me check my DMs. I think you told me. Because we didn't get the spell card for it.
Right, you're right.
May is like, damn, I really gotta keep her on my good side.
Oh, okay. 1d4 plus 1 twice.
Yeah. Okay.
D4.
It's double your HP to insta die, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have. It's not double your total HP. It's however much you have left plus your total HP. So if you're
plus.
if you're at full health and you've got 60 health, you need 120 to die. If you're at 1 health and you have a maximum of 60 health, it's 61 to die.
That's 5 on top.
Okay.
So 55.
5 on top. just bashing into him. He doesn't even return to awareness of his surroundings before you start shooting him with blasphemous darts. What's May's reaction to definitely seeing a fish spell from Cal?
Later she'll think about that. There will be.
Now she's literally just going, tear the bitch apart!
like whispering it.
Get him! Get him!
All right.
She'll think about it later.
Okay. Then that is Kafan's turn as he sort of like regains awareness of his surroundings. You see a shadow move behind him outside in the hallway.
How? What? What do you mean? Is it like through the tiny gap?
There's a hole in the middle that you never closed. You can see through that a shadow moving and the whistling of the Barghest. As Kafan steps back, like giving you a lot of space, and goes,
I don't feel so good.
well, you cheated. You very obviously cheated. But I'd say that was a good fight. We can all walk away proud of ourselves. Oh, hold that thought. Takes out
his turn ends, because I'm getting credit.
Takes out his sending stone and answers it. Hello? Ah. Of course, boss. Yes, very well. Yeah, yes. Yes, they're here. All right. As you hear a huffing and scratching on the outside of the door, and you see a little bit of fur of an arm kind of reaching, fingers coming in through the hole through the door and kind of curling around like they're going to try and rip it out, rip the door back open. Kafan turns back to you and says, it seems that my employer has found what they are looking for and no longer needs young Henry, and you are free to go as well. We will not interfere with your operations in this area anymore, as we will be pulling out. But, of course, no such courtesy is extended by the Abominations people, so do please continue to be careful.
You're just giving up?
Well, for me personally, I am exceedingly injured, so
yes,
I think
kicked your ass.
I think it would be time for...
in your dealings with us, Kafan.
Well, you cheat is the problem, but that's neither here nor there.
There's nothing stopping us from continuing to kick your ass except your gentleman's agreement. Where's Fish?
Kind of like looks at the sending stone for a minute before tucking it away, and says, "Well, I suppose I never agreed not to give you information. I believe Mr. Fish is with the Abominations people. They have a big surgical theater, sort of. Keep heading west, then take the northern hallway, go like 7 doors, and I think you're there in the right area. It's very easy to get lost in here. Anyway, the wall behind you, or rather the door, the doorway that you've closed up, shatters as a large wolven claw tears it apart. And it is now a fully functional doorway again, actually a little bit bigger than it was before, as
Cool.
the Barghest leans over. Kafan turns towards the Barghest like it is the bigger threat, and says, "We've been instructed to leave them alone. We are done here, Wolf Thing, and we are to return to your master." Necromancer. He tries to charge in the door, and the magical choke chain
Thank
collar
Christ.
snaps into place and
Thank
keeps
Christ.
him from getting too close to you. As Seeker uses her influence to keep the Barghest away from you, and as he's kind of pulled by his neck, choking and dripping blood out of these spikes, is pulled from the room, and Kafan just kind of takes the opportunity to walk out, and says, "Well, suppose I bid you good day and good luck, although not sure you'll need it. That was you got some good hits in, I'll say."
Cal goes, "Thank you
Indeed.
for recovering my scythe."
"Oh, of course," and pulls it out of his pocket, slides it across the ground to you.
Cal's professional nod.
Hmm?
You ever?
Yeah.
Right, well, if we're all quite done here, we'll just be squeezing on past you.
Oh yes, no, of course, no. Let us get out of the way.
Is
He
the
just kind of-
abomination leaving with all of you?
I haven't heard anything about leaving with us. I mean, we're leaving. Abominations people seem to be sort of in a tizzy, and I don't know. Maybe they're leaving too.
Well, then we should run.
Mm.
We will see each other again, and we can discuss that saint's blessing at that time.
Oh, I will let Tess know.
Cal goes, "Not for him, for you."
Oh, that's very nice. And yeah, fully steps out of your way, and as kind of gestures the way clear, the Barghest is being pulled back against its will,
Like a
trying
chihuahua.
to eat you. Yes, it is getting pulled against the wall. As it tries to swipe at you, chains appear as its wrist and start to pull it into the wall, and eventually it starts to get sucked in and disappear a little bit into
Cal has enough
into
of
the
a
wall.
fish influence that while she's walking past it, she just goes like this.
Yes, Kafan and Barghest, one willingly, one not willingly, is letting you go, and you have directions to fish.
Running and
Booking
calling
it,
Henry.
running.
Okay. Running and calling Henry. As you watch the Barghest disappear into its own shadow, forced to disapparate, the glowing hatred in its eyes looking at the two of you, but especially at Cal. You think that, unfortunately, this isn't the end of your interactions with the Barghest, and this is a stay of
Mhm.
execution rather than anything else. As you turn and run, you're going down the hallway. You remember a lot of sound coming from this direction, a lot of abominations creatures kind of running around, a lot of sounds of growls and snaps and human voices. as you run past, there's not really that. There is, you can still hear some sound in the distance of some slamming, some doors closing, and creatures scuttling, but significantly less than before. As you run through, following Kafan's directions, and calling Henry. Henry picks up. He's breathing hard. I think I'm almost there. I think Vish is just behind this door. Where are you?
We're on our way. Do not go in without us, Henry. We're almost there.
He's right here. I can feel him. I can feel he's right here.
They're alive?
I don't know. I don't. Something's wrong. Something's really wrong. Something feels really wrong. It hurts.
Don't focus on it too much. You know where they are. Tap out. Don't absorb that.
As you hear the heavy breathing over the line,
Comes up and
you run into the hallway and start to see corpses of creatures, abominations, creations scattered around. Some whining and limping away. And as you hear Henry through the sending stone, you also start to hear the edge of him in real life as you get closer and closer. Finally, turning a corner and getting to a very large, almost reinforced looking door that Henry has just grabbed the handle for and started to crack open as you run up. And he turns and looks at you, corpses of enemies at his feet, and looks at you. You didn't know Henry that long, but you experienced him enough. You spent some time with him in the barn, traveling. You don't remember Henry having two colored eyes.
Ooh. What color?
You remember...
He gave up one of his eyeballs.
You remember Henry having brown eyes, and then whenever he used his magic, really drew on it, they would turn green, same green as fish. He turns to look at you with one green eye and one ice blue eye. Not white, yellowed, old. An eye that didn't come from a young head. An eye that came from a corpse inhabited by the Father of Remnants.
Cal's like, that's tomorrow's problem.
Yeah. It's like, we'll talk about this later, young man. So I was like, I imagine May and Cal look at each other. Silent agreement, like, there will be words, but not now.
That's a later problem.
But what May does do is gently but firmly moves Henry away from the door, and looking at Cal in like a sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then opens it.
Creak the door open.
It's just Fish's head. Futurama style. And it's just, God.
And is Cal using Death Sense?
Oh no.
I think it probably triggered immediately with all those bodies.
Yeah. Okay. If you were keeping track of, trying to keep track of things around you, then yeah, your Death Sense is active. There's a lot of death coming from the room in front of you. And some of it feels a little bit older. Some of it feels very fresh. as you push open the door and step inside, you see a operating theater, a much larger version of the ones you went through. These tables clearly meant for humans or something human equivalent. And you see signs of leaving in a hurry. You feel a rumble through the earth, as if something explodes somewhere up above. Maybe fighting. Someone left in a hurry because they forgot the most important things they were after. Find 2 hands separated at the wrist, sitting on a table. Large strips of flesh hung over lines to dry. Two eyeballs in a jar, and a head of fish sitting on one of the tables.
Cal chokes out, "Don't look, I can fix this."
So just to confirm, Fish's body, like torso and like actual arms and legs is gone, but only their skin and hands and head remain.
Give me an investigation check or a medicine check.
On investigation, because May isn't looking. She's not looking at the hill. She's
Yeah, immediately Cal was like, "I'm the professional, everybody close their fucking eyes."
Well, Cal can also, I think, help. Give her advantage with that if you're also looking for some of the same.
Yeah,
information.
I'll do help and guidance.
sure. That's pretty good. Let me roll guidance. Dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, there is not a torso here for you to identify. There are a lot of bones, some of which you identify as ribs, and enough meat that you think could be a torso if put back together. The head is the most recognizable thing as a body part and not a component. The one thing that had not been processed yet.
Cal literally keeps going like, "Don't look, don't look, don't look," and she's literally like rolling up her sleeves, pulling her hair back with like a ribbon, and is basically just immediately going into like casting gentle repose, like doing what she can to like pop the eyeballs back in. It's just like purely surgical for her.
You walk into the room, immediately casting gentle repose, keeping these pieces now from rotting. As you aren't even aware, don't hear the sound of vomiting behind you, as Henry tried to push into the room after you.
Yeah, May grabs Henry. And like forces him back out. Like, nah, out. Let Collisionist do what she's. This is the best thing. She's the best at this. We need to give her space. Out.
Oh, no.
May guides Henry to sit down outside and is like rubbing his back and like blindly staring ahead.
As Cal begins to get to work, first keeping the meat from rotting, and then slowly starting to reassemble it piece by piece, I think we will end today's session of Well-Dressed Bones.
The one thing I want to say, just because I don't want to forget it next time, is that Cal would be like, don't look, and she'd be like, "Right pocket, Elise, go." Basically, like, goes blindly into my pocket.
Yeah, and then May absolutely would have done that, and while she's rubbing, be like, trying to call Elise.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if I was your Victor and you were my Frankenstein's monster?
be off podcast mode anytime soon.
No, goodbye
Because Cal,
forever.
so Cal has, this was many level ups ago, I've had in my back pocket. Cal has full revival abilities. They're not as fast as
Oh.
Elise. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
she
she can do
can
that.
fully revive the dead. They're not as quickly as Elise. They take, I think, what, 48 hours?
They do take a long time, and
Yes,
you do not
it's
have
like
the
human
spell
shit.
point to activate them. So this is going to be a like.
Oh, we
You
get
are
some from
going to
Henry.
now be here multiple days, putting fish back together, resting to get spell points back, casting spells.
Hopefully
resting
having
again,
Elise
casting
to
spells.
do
Yes.
either
Hopefully
to
having
coach her
Elise-
through the phone or to do more work. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
Fish will be fine. We'll probably do a small time skip. Cal does have the ability to do this, thank God.
Okay, cool.
It just will be days and days.
Well, plus we can also use the rod to like just keep pumping you with spell points.
Yeah, Cal's on fucking crack cocaine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cal is on super Adderall.
Like,
She's
what
on
else
the
do we get?
drugs they
Yeah.
gave the Nazis.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's also
spell
the
points
speed
be
enough.
like super spell points, like even better.
No. Yes, this is something
Fucking
I
hell.
did with Ink's approval, because I realized it would
Literally,
take
that
quite a
fucking
while.
Jason Manzuka scene. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Fucking
talked about
hell.
it with Ink, and then if you'll remember, I think Ellie had stepped out already, but I was having a conversation with Ink and Mooney, and I said, Ink, I think this is kind of what we're going for. I think it's the only thing that makes sense at this point. Can you give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if you want to like continue in that way? Thumbs up.
Fucking hell.
Yes.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Although I didn't ever think I would get Cal as Victor Frankenstein. Oh,
We will see you next
present.
time
Thank you, Ink.
on Well Dressed
You're
Bones.
welcome.